thought we'd start this. We've been away for too long. Children have been had, entire marriages have been formed, and Mark still hasn't moved Telford. We have with us the darkness that is the Markness, our co-host Merc, and Matt the Heartthrob with the medium-sized knob. Sorry ladies, he's off the market. And myself, the Yeti with the semi, the beardy bastard himself. Welcome to the Downturn, episode 10.
Absolutely glorious.
Gold.
That was my attempt at a radio voice.
It's not a bad radio voice,
It's not quite my voice, but you know.
I mean, I've got a face for radio.
but Matt still has the voice. But I thought that was sensational.
Right in the day while I was kind of steaming.
Kinda steaming.
Kind of steaming.
I'm never kinda steaming. It's all or nothing.
It's one or the other. So, what are we? It's been a while, Mark. It's been emotional.
Yeah,
Where
it
have you
has.
been? What have you been up to?
Where haven't I been? I've done nothing. I don't do much. Nothing changes. But you and Matropolis have been very busy.
Matropolis. Hi, Matt. So, what's been happening, mate?
I'm off the market, like you said.
Right.
Been working hard, doing lines, banging nines.
Women
This is before I was off the market.
women everywhere right now
Exactly.
are crying into their soup. Do women eat soup?
Haley eats soup.
Oh well, women eat soup.
Sorry,
Crying into their soup.
So,
No, that was the biggest news for me.
Big news?
Recently engaged.
happy days.
Congratulations
Thank you.
and celebrations. Scott's already made that plunge. You've created life.
Made another child.
Mhm.
Looks like me, so I can't argue that he's mine.
Well, it's good look.
Always disappointing.
That beard must be impressive for a child.
Always disappointing.
And I've done hee-haw. I don't know. I've just the same old fella I was when we left.
We've got some new chairs.
We have the great chairs.
They're camping chairs.
They remind me of
because-
festivals.
My dining chairs were hellish uncomfy.
They were alright.
One of them was patched back together.
One of them was botched back together since the whole Ben incident.
When my skinny ass was cracking them.
And plus you broke it as well, but I
Ah.
think, was it the same one as Ben's? I think it was, wasn't it?
I thought I was sat on Ben's one.
I can't remember.
To be honest though, but I rock back and forward. Nobody can see it. I rock back and forth in the corner like a maniac
Like
when
a
this is
mental
done.
patient. Straight jacketed up.
Well, I'm dressed like a homeless man today with my Adidas trackies and everything else.
I'm in my pyjamas and Mark's in work clothes, so I don't think
I tell you, grafting.
anyone's gonna shining bright here. Like,
But it's good to be back. I'm happy to be back. It's good to see your sexy faces.
it's been a long time.
Tell them what we're doing the day, Chief.
What
What's
are
the
we
plans?
doing today? Well, since it's episode 10, me and Mark are going to do our top 10 albums, and Matt's going to chip in his 10 favourite songs
Just wing it.
because apparently he's not an album guy,
No,
in
I'm
air
not.
quotes.
Nothing wrong with that. I heard a mention of Sugar Babes earlier and I went, I've got some belters, hey.
So, we're going to do that, and then
Freak Like Me is a very good one. That's a Gary Newman remix.
have we got our return our section, the Matt's monologue?
Oh, we do. But do you want to do that after the albums?
Oh, absolutely.
I've got a
Yeah.
wee
I'm
side-
just hyping them up with what's to
Aye,
come.
I've
Remember
got-
what happened the last time when we were all cracking up and it just wasn't coming out for me? And we had to do it again at the end.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to keep trying if you want it to come out of you. Just keep going with great concentration.
Just don't laugh, it's not funny.
Uh.
Serious face.
Well, I've got a couple of wee monologues today because I've got a wee side story for
We've
us.
also got a
Uh-huh.
new section.
Uh-huh.
Tales. Do you,
From-
want, you can give the title.
Tales from the Mark side.
I'd forgot all about that. That's how I pitched it.
Brilliant. Tales from the Mark side.
Usually that's the kind of pitch that gets thrown out in the producer's room.
That's
No, we're
where
not
I,
doing that.
That's where I got my darkness that is the Markness.
I like that.
Not my best work, come back to me, I can do better.
What
Darkness
was
by
mine?
the lightest
Matty
man.
with a semi or something.
Oh no, that was me. I'm
No,
the-
a medium knob.
Matt the Heartthrob with the medium-sized knob. I thought I was being generous
I
giving you
will
a
take
medium.
medium. I will take medium.
Oh,
It's
it must-
medium.
It must be pleasing to someone if you've got if you're
this
off
is
the
true.
market completely. Aye.
I'm just on celibate.
Aye, that's nothing wrong with that. No, like that's caused
no
any
sex.
harm in history.
No sex before marriage in the Matt house.
No, none. It's a sin.
In the metropolis.
So aye, we've got a top 10 albums, and it's just favourites that I go back to quite regularly, to be honest.
We've narrowed it down to kind of studio albums because if live albums were involved, it would be a whole different kettle of fish.
I don't know how many I would have in it.
I need to find my top albums. I wrote it down somewhere.
Well, I've printed paper out like a savage, while you've got it written down
I've got
on
it
your
on
phone.
my phone because I care about the environment. What kind of world are you trying to leave for our children, Mark?
I don't have any, so I don't care. Right? Your
The polar
kids will
bears,
be
Mark.
fine.
The polar bears.
Fuck the polar bears.
I'll buy your children their first legal
buy your
pint.
children.
How's that?
You're your Madonna.
No, you can't.
Walking into school. I'll have that one, please.
That's why her arms are so muscly. She's picking up children. Nope, next. Nope, next.
There's a Scotsman you walk in and be like, he's got a cracking beard for a 4-year-old.
I might go big in some countries to the middle of the east, perhaps.
Nah, I think it's the opposite with them. They're
Is
not
it?
into beards, they like them looking young.
Oh, well, poor children of the world.
So Mark,
Mm-hmm.
give us one of your top 10 albums.
One. Well, this is how much of an heirs I am. On my own paper, I wrote top albums, and actually, right underneath it, in no particular order. Like I couldn't remember that myself. All right, so I've got my top 10 albums that are favourites of mine that I continually go back to, and I never get sick of, basically. Because if we're doing best albums, there's only so much I could tell you about Thriller. You know.
Well, yeah, but it's not. That's not. Is that your favourite album?
No, but
That's what I'm saying. It's not my
pretty
favourite
awesome.
It's just renowned.
Aye, renowned.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the best-selling album of all time.
We were at a wedding not so long ago and they played Thriller.
It's a good song. I don't know how.
There was just loads of folk dancing to it though, and I only know the one bit, which is like the kind of
The claws,
yeah,
whatever it is.
it's what everyone does.
Yeah.
So I
I'm
was just
zombie
kicking about-
dancing with my son.
I was just kicking about doing that.
I'm playing guitar. Oh, you're not playing guitar?
No, it was
Like,
in the 1 hour breaks.
Aye. But you did text me saying what's your top 10, and I remember just texting you Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, Bon Jovi these days, Bon Jovi, and you were like, nah, I'm not buying that.
Nah, nobody likes Jovi Bon John.
I don't mind Jovi. Can don't say that to my wee brother, he'll kill you.
I'm alright with it.
Big fan.
Nah.
Right, so I've got number one, probably my top go-to if I'm driving or if I'm angry or anything, and I've got Judas Priest, Painkiller.
Good call.
Aye, 1990, highlights in the album, Painkiller, One Shot at Glory, and Nightcrawler. Huh? See that, Chief?
Good call,
Aye, no, I love it. It's pretty damn good in my opinion.
Everybody loves a bit of Judas Priest.
That's good, and it's heavy as out. It's the heaviest I've ever been. See, that's what I like about a band. If you're into rock music, most bands that are really heavy, they start really heavy and they get softer over time, and it pisses out old. Oh, they weren't like they were at the start. Judas Priest obvious. Start.
Sold out, man.
Aye, Judas Priest. Our sales are falling. Do you want to make us like a kind of an anthem kind of album? No, let's just make the heaviest album we can, then go out.
Good call.
So that's one.
What's your favourite Judas Priest song?
Probably Nightcrawler or Painkiller of
See,
that
for me,
album.
it's definitely Breaking the Law. Like.
It's great, but I hear
It's
it at
because,
the time. It's
yeah.
because I'm a big fan. I hear them all the time.
It's because we play it, or we used to play it in the
Aye, I
band
mind that.
when I was like 15, 16. So,
Oh, it's a belter.
glorious.
It's a great song, but they've got that many to me because I'm a big fan. I've got like every album, so
I'll give it a Judas
it.
Priest song.
Aye, right, go. That's my one.
One of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in no particular order. I didn't write that because I'm not a wanker.
Aye, that's true.
I'll pick my first one as Follow the Leader from Korn.
Ooh, that's
Kinda
very
the-
good.
I know that one.
Aye.
It's,
I know that one.
it's kind of the like Korn's album. It's the album I used to get into Korn. It's not my favourite Korn album, but it's in
Uh-huh.
my top 10.
Aye.
Favourite one being Issues because it is.
Aye, Issues is mine.
as fuck.
Issues is my favourite.
But Follow the Leader got me into it
Uh-huh.
and introduced me to the world of 7-string guitar
Oh.
and weird as fuck music. So
Boom,
anybody that can chuck in a bit of scat singing into a metal album's alright with me. Like.
definitely inspired Justin Timberlake, as we discussed
Oh,
one night.
we were actually
he does a
talking about
lot
it.
of that.
We said that it's like you don't get much scat singing in songs now, and I was like, name another band apart from Korn that did it in like the kind of like late 90s, early 2000, and Mark rightly came out with Justin Timberlake and NSYNC. I was like, fuck.
He's a big fan of that. I'll tell you
I
that.
hate it when I lose.
It's okay, Chief.
So
Good choice.
I'm alright with a bit of Korn. Like Matt, do you want to give us one of your songs?
Well,
Don't lie, Mayor,
I'd say in no particular order because I've no order at all. You say a song you like, I say Elvis, A Little Less Conversation.
With JXL.
Aye.
That with JXL.
Aye,
that's
the
it.
remix.
Remember I don't know if
Aye.
it was a World Cup or like a Nike advert or something.
Nike advert.
Aye, when they all had the
Definitely.
wee
Oh.
cubicles
That's a
doing key
great
droppers and that.
advert.
Did you see that the
That's-
last football player that was in that just retired?
Did he?
Like
Who was that?
just
Who was in
before
that?
it was like Nedved or something. It was somebody Croatian or something. I wish I could remember. If I'd known, I'd have looked up. Like the last player for it's just retired. So
It's from
that's
that
them all.
advert. So that's
Aye.
us getting old as
Aye.
fuck now. Is
Come
what you're
on,
saying.
come on, come on, come on.
That was it. I used to love it because Cantona was a referee, wasn't he?
Yes!
Yes, that was
Aye.
a brilliant advert
Exactly.
because there was like loads of them as well, like the different teams playing.
That used to be a thing. Was it not before every World Cup or was it just every year
I
Nike
think
had
that
a big
maybe-
advert, did
yeah,
they not?
I think
They
was
did
maybe
it for a
World
couple.
Cup, actually.
There's a
Was that
second
maybe
one.
for France '98? That
No,
Was
it
it
was after that.
After.
wasn't it?
Definitely after that.
After
Aye.
about the Euros
I'd say-
2000, or then maybe they did
right.
the second
2002 or something.
because
Yeah.
because
Maybe it was 2002 actually.
I definitely said it was later.
Right.
aye, but
That was-
because
they were brilliant adverts. I actually watched them recently with Bruce.
I know they're awesome. Like, can if you don't know what that is, look it up. You
Oh, it's
young
well worth
bugger.
it.
You young whippersnap.
Way
You.
worth it.
That's a belter. I'm liking that.
Just got off the cusp of that one.
That was a
I'll
pretty
keep thinking of
good
my next
goal
That's
for
one
a
us.
now.
bloody good one.
In no
Aye.
particular order.
Well, my second yin is Nas Illmatic, which I think is probably the best rap album ever made. If you want to talk about like talent in it, basically.
Yeah, good
It
album.
was the first ever album. This is a wee fact for you. This, you know, I used to get magazines. Well, you still get magazines, Ken. You know.
Not as many wank magazines though.
No, not as many. It's disappointing, isn't it? You can.
Although we had one at work not so long ago, and you still get excited when you find a wank mag. Like.
Oh God, I can.
Unlimited on the phone, but you find 20 disgusting pictures and hairy boxes. It's gold.
Covered in dirt and stones.
Exactly.
You feel like an absolute champion when you find it, though, don't you?
A
And you
cous-
still have a look, and you're like, Ken, what? I like this.
an older cousin.
I
you
like
met
Sheila
twice.
from Luton.
But then you
Sheila
look at the
from
front
Luton.
cover and it's like 1993. She does not look like that now.
Nah.
Sheila for Luton, you definitely fun razzled, didn't you?
It was actually Escort.
Jeez, high class, huh?
Escort is not a classy magazine.
What were the other ones I
Sarcasm.
said? That was the shop I was in. There was loads of
Oh, I
them,
can't
but they were like, you know, they're always top shelf, out the
Aye.
way, no one else could see it. These were like the newspapers were at the top, and the Scotties were in the middle. It was like brown mound, and no lube included.
Brown Mound might be the best name for a porn mag I've ever
Brown
heard.
mound.
Exactly what it says it is, isn't it? You can
Exactly.
imagine it. God.
Oh, super.
But anyway, they've got the main rap magazine back in the day was the Source magazine, and I think it ran for the late 80s, and they gave like, if it was like 3 out of 5 mics,
Yeah.
3.5 out of 5, basically what we do with films. But that was the
Turds.
first. Aye, the turds, but they gave mics, golden mics. But that was the first album that got 5,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody got it for a long time. But 1994 highlights for me: New York State of Mind, Ain't Hard to Tell, and Represent, y'all. Belter.
Yeah, good album.
Who's that?
Nas. Mm-hmm.
It was Nas that used to have the beef with Jay-Z, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he
You
won.
rock fellas, I rock hoes.
He won. He was
Yeah.
basically like doing a note, and for some reason, Jay-Z like went with his missus or something. Like
Is that
or
where the
his-
beef started?
or
I
his-
knew they had beef. but
No,
I didn't know what it
he
was.
went with like Nas and his girlfriend kind of broke up, and then like Jay-Z went with her, and then he was kind of like, oh, fair dues, we're not together. Nas took the high road, and Jay-Z was like superstar. Love Jay-Z as well, but he's like Nas was falling. He hadn't had a really good album for a
I
while.
thought like Alicia Dixon or something done a song called New York State of Mind.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
No.
right.
She, that's just separate.
Oh, right,
Again.
okay.
But
I thought I could
years
relate to what you
later-
were talking about there.
No.
For a difference.
Well, Nas is married to Alicia Keys.
Is he?
For a while. Oh no, he was married to Keyless. Do you
Oh,
know her?
yeah.
Milkshake brings all
Yeah.
the boys to the yard. He's in that video.
Yeah, so he is.
Alicia Keys is married to Swizz Beatz, her producer. But yeah, he was kind of, and Jay-Z like just dissed him, brought out this like song, just like a
For no
mixtape song,
reason.
and Nas was like, "Well, fuck you," so he brought out Ether, and like
Ether's a
destroyed him, and they did like a vote on the Hot 97, which was the big hip hop radio station in New York, and like obviously Jay-Z had a well bigger fan base by this point, so it was like everybody would just vote for Jay-Z anyway, and he beat him like Nas beat him 52 to 48%, and then
Nice.
like Nas's next album, fucking massive again.
Yeah.
So toppled Jay-Z kind of, and they're pals now, but that's why it was.
Yeah.
So there's a wee bit of rap history for the whitest man on the planet. Yeah.
The next one I will pick, I think, will be who we're going to see tomorrow. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, Baby 81.
Belter.
Absolute beast of an album. I can't even remember why I bought it. I think I bought it out of HMV, so this is going back. I must have been about 19 because I just started going with Haley. And I picked it up. Like, obviously, I loved Spread Your Love, so I thought I'll give it a try. Put it in my Saxo VTR back in the day, Venetian red, a strong colour. So I put it in my Saxo, driving home, put on the first song, obviously, which was Took Out Alone, and the filthy guitar is just like flooded throughout. I love it. It's so good. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm totally buzzing to go and see him tomorrow as well.
I'm excited. I hadn't listened to them in a long time, and then I put a put a wee bit on in the van driving back, and I was like, this is
So,
driving music.
Saw a video of them. What was it? Maybe a few weeks ago, playing live at Hellfest. Holy fuck, that's the best they've ever sounded.
Hellfest sounds awesome.
It sounds like a
It's a
great
good
festival.
mix.
I'd totally
Yeah.
love to go.
Aye.
So
That's a good choice.
that'd be RMC.
I have got an album that
Oh.
I like.
Oh, so you're
An
just
album.
mixing this up?
He can
Well, no,
mix it up.
I just thought
Aye.
The top
I
10
thought-
shalbums.
exactly. I just thought of. I don't know what the album's called. It might be called "The Streets by the Streets."
Oh yeah,
Is,
Aye.
is it
What's that
called "The
one?
Streets"?
I think so.
It's got like a bus stop on the front.
I know a
cover.
bit of them. I know a bit of my pal Andrew's well into them.
Aye,
Again, so I
that's-
know
Is
a
that
bit.
the first
but
album?
Pretty good.
Possibly.
Is that the one
That's just one that again I used to always listen to when I was younger.
keys the songs off it? What's on it?
Yeah, it's too quickly. Is that
the one
I
that's
don't know.
not heard
I
of
think
that?
it's got like "Dry Your Eyes" on it. I think
Aye,
it's-
that one.
Aye, and
Yeah.
then
I'm not
It's like-
trying to pull
you're a
you.
bit fit, but you know it.
Yeah,
There's something about money found in the back of a telly as well in one of the songs.
brilliant.
But I think I've on iTunes where you like record
Yeah.
or download something, sorry, and it stays on your phone next time you get a phone. Next time you get a phone, I think I've deleted everything but that album off
Yeah.
it. Don't know why, but no, it always comes up when I
Fantastic.
start my car, and that
Yeah.
it's always one of the first songs that comes on.
Pretty good. I'll go for that, definitely.
I'm surprised at the mix we've got.
What do you mean?
I'm just genuinely surprised at the big mix of music we've got.
Mine sort of blends. Mine kind of. Oh no, it doesn't really.
So's mine, to be
Well,
fair.
I like a
Oh,
lot
I
of
think
different
it-
stuff. Can you know? I still think my list would have been better. 10 Jovi albums, can you know? but right, free, no surprise. Time that knows me. I've got Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Probably one of the first free albums I was given, and still holds up if you like. Just a bloody good rock
Still, aye, it's a
album,
good
start
album,
to
isn't it?
finish. Aye, you know, Night Train, Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle. Just
They're
good-
all bangers, there's not a
good,
bad
good
one.
from start to finish. It never gets so. I maybe didn't listen to it for a long time, but if I put it on, I'm still not sick of it. Like
Yeah.
you know, you can just play it right start to finish. But aye, so pretty much can't take it out my top 10.
What's your favourite song on the album?
Night Train probably.
Night Train, good
Aye,
call. I love
just always
Mr.
gets me.
Brownstone.
It's a belter. Aye.
So there.
But Night Train usually gets me
Yeah,
right
innit?
there.
You don't know any Guns N' Roses?
Ah,
Sweet
no,
Child
I
of
don't-
Mine?
Oh, so-
Aye,
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 that's
that's
I
on
didn't
there.
know who
Aye.
what songs. Sorry, were on the
Aye.
album.
It's the Appetite for Destruction, man. It's a great album.
My problem is I know the songs, but I don't know who sings them in that.
Aye.
I mean, the amount of times you've played a song to me, and I was like, I've definitely heard that
Yeah,
before.
true.
But it's
Aye.
like a random name, or like Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Aye.
I've heard a few of their songs, but I
Wouldn't have knew them.
got
going,
no
yeah.
chance. That's why I'm rubbish on Popmaster.
I'm shit at Popmaster, but me and Ben still play it.
You've got to do it.
Next one's probably my favourite songwriter in the world, John Butler.
Yeah. Aye.
Seen him a few times, he's absolutely brilliant. Had his song Grooving Slowly as my first dance at my
I
wedding.
was about to say that. I thought it was. I liked what I've heard, but I've still not heard that much.
His thing is as well, it's like he's not the best guitarist in the world and he's not the best singer in the world, in my opinion.
But neither am I.
No, but he makes up for it with like songs and like melody and harmony. Do you know what I mean? He just layers so much stuff and it's so good.
Uh-huh.
If you don't nod your head at the end of one of his songs, then you're weird. You know what I mean?
I
He
can,
just
I
writes
can dig
hooks.
it.
It's awesome.
No, that's good. I can
Personal
dig it.
highlights on it are Funky Tonight, Grooving Slowly, and Good Excuse.
I think that's like basically me on a night out. That's stages of me on a night out sometimes.
Enter the good excuse.
Oh yes. Well, they were offering shots. Okay. They were free.
Free shots?
Me again.
You again, man.
I'm gonna mix it up. It's back to another song, but I
Do you
might
know
need
what? No, stop there. That we were talking about his accent before. Remember he said song?
song is a.
Yeah. Is that Mank thing, Mark?
Just how do you say it?
You said songs.
Aye, how do you say it?
Songs. We've gone through this.
Can't just
I
say
didn't.
it. I'll say it faster. Songs.
I didn't even. I don't say the T's in things. Remember we had this discussion. Was it on a podcast or was that just us talking?
I think it was just us talking. Just with
They're
another time
basically-
that you were bullying me.
They're
that
the
was all.
same
Probably.
thing.
Aye.
ridiculing me.
What was it we were saying? I can't even remember now.
I must have said something, and you were like, "Why are you saying that?"
Was it
weird?"
maybe
Saying
water?
what weird?
Aye. That's totally what it was.
The song, it's by Seal.
Aye.
What's it
Please
called?
tell me it's Kiss from a Rose.
That's it.
Yes.
Kiss from a Rose. Again, some of that's on my phone. Random. It's actually from. You ever seen the film Vacation?
I
it's-
don't think I have.
Oh, I can't remember. It's what's
Ring-
Rachel from Friends called?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Aniston.
Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston's in it. I think it's a new-ish film. I'd say like 2005 14 or something. She goes with someone else that's like a comedian, always in comedy films, and they've got 2 kids. They go on a vacation, but they try to be like a perfect family,
And they're just totally not.
and they start
I think
trying to
I know the
sing
one you
that
mean.
song. It's funny, but
The
again,
thing
that's
is,
it.
though, see in that song, when Seal kicks in with the baby,
Aye.
that, if that doesn't get you, then fuck off. Do you know what I mean? That's brilliant.
See, when you type seal into Google, the top 2 things, because me and Sam did this in scan, right? We'll type seal in it, because he's like, I bet I know what the 2 things are. And he was totally right. Seal, kiss from a rose, and seal, why is his face like that? And he had like some disease or something, again, in his face.
It's like that.
That's what it was. And so I was like, I've got this. I know exactly, again, what this is.
Well played, Sam.
Aye, oh, no, belter.
Are you sure he's not Googled it before?
Well, we all know what Google can be like. Throw it in your Google machine and see what comes up, and it tells
Very
you a lot
true.
about yourself. You know,
Very true.
I want to go to Amazon just once, Mark. Just once. Alright, so I've got number 4, and I've got a question for you. Right, do you like metal?
Of course I like metal, Mark.
Do you like metal albums with an orchestra
Yes.
about the Civil War?
Definitely.
Well, this is the album for you. I've got Iced Earth, The Glorious Burden from
Nice.
2004, which is a concept album about battles and stuff, and it's the last 3 tracks. If you put them all together, they're about 38 minutes, and it's called the Gettysburg Trilogy. It's a good album on its own, but it's also got The Devil to Pay, Hold at All Costs, and High Water Mark, and it's absolutely brilliant. Like, their next 3 albums are awful, because they put everything into this album. But it's Ripper Owens was the singer, and it was the first album he did with him, and he's loosely based off your man in the film that Miles Kennedy's in. What is it? Rockstar.
Yeah,
you were
Rockstar.
talking about, because that
Yeah.
reminded me of it. I went, oh god, aye, because he was the loose inspiration for Joy and Judas Priest and that.
Excellent.
But he did 2 albums with Iced Earth, and the singer before, Matt Barlow, was fucking incredible. Like, but he retired after September 11th. Right, this is the story. He's in they're getting reasonably big, right, but they're not making that much money. September 11th is that much an American patriot. After the towers came down, he went, stuff this, I'm gonna be a policeman.
Really?
And he just became a policeman and just went, I'm gonna do my thing for my country. Sorry lads, I'm out.
That's
He
crazy.
came back for one more album after it, and he does side projects now. But there's a video of him singing. He's dressed in his police gear, and it's like some Indy 500 kind of thing. And you know they always do the national anthem, and it's
Yeah.
like Corporal Matthew Barlow to sing our national anthem, and he's fucking amazing. He's
Awesome.
absolutely brilliant. And then like first comments like, I bet most these people don't even know they saw a metal legend do this. But aye, it's absolutely brilliant. Top right through. It's like Ripper Owens, like one of his finest moments. And
Nice.
he was only there for 2 albums. Like I say, the albums just got bad after that for a while because they poured everything into it, and I absolutely love it. Could
Nice.
listen to it any time of day. Can.
Next
But,
one,
there you
number
go.
4 for me is I think I'm going to go with Rival Sons.
Oh, I love
Head
it.
Down.
Mm-hmm.
Band that I got into maybe a couple of years ago.
You were at mine and you went, know who I'm really into now? Rival Sons. And I went, have you ever heard them? And then I says, look what's been on my iPod right there. And it was
Exactly,
on.
It was Rival Sons. It's like they're an old-fashioned rock band. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And the guitarist is a big, handsome-looking motherfucker with a very, very well-groomed moustache.
It's amazing how many handsome men to you have moustaches. Again.
It's a thing.
Aye,
And
it's all good.
aye, they're just absolutely brilliant. And JB Cannon's voice just makes me melt. Like, honest to God, he's probably the only man I'd consider having gay relations with.
We saw them live.
No, I haven't. They're on my to see list.
I saw them live, and that's why I got into them. I'd never heard about them, and
They're
I just
on.
went.
They keep
wow.
coming on tours, but it's like I think they're touring with the Stones just now, and I can't
Aye.
justify like 400 quid for a ticket to see Rival Sons.
No, and
What she doesn't know can't hurt her.
She would know.
what the hell is this?
So
That's a good choice.
yeah, I mean the thing is as well, I don't think they've got a bad album. Everyone's
Yins I've
Good.
heard. I've maybe heard 3, and they've all been good.
I love them. So I
Mhm.
do.
Class.
Jordan's absolutely beautiful as well.
Oh.
They can play that at my funeral.
Oh,
I was imagining Jordan like Katie Price there.
Oh man, I seen a picture of her the other day. She's had like a
Aye, with
botched
the ear.
Botox, and it was like, it honest to God looked like pus and maggots on the back of her ear.
Oh.
Ah,
I
it was
can't
no
deal
sight.
with
back
that
of her
kind of stuff.
ear. Was she
Yeah.
getting a tip put there as
No,
well?
it was a facelift or something she had, wasn't it?
Tin head, go with my father.
Jesus Christ.
Right, I am back with another album.
Oh,
Just
Yeah, you
it's all
I
flooding
used
back
to
to
do 5
me now.
albums, like in 5 songs. I'll be
Oh,
impressed if you
I
do
can
that.
dig
I'll be
it.
honest, I'll just make it up.
Fair enough.
Next album is. Do you want the album or the story behind it first?
Both. Album and then give us a story.
Alright, the album is Arctic Monkeys, Whatever People Say, That's What I'm Not, the first album they've
I've
done.
got that. Uh-huh.
And the story behind it is. a
I
guy-
saw this bird and I thought she looked good on the dance floor.
No, it should have been that. I saw my dad and came home from school.
My
one
dad's
day.
called Brian. Was that the second album? Was that the album?
No, the second album.
Is that the
was,
second
aye.
album?
I came home from school and Dad, in my room, I used to have like a projector TV, so it was like a massive big thing, but it had a massive back on it as well. It's like what was in the living room. I got
Yeah.
it from my room anyway, and I had like tall speakers, like 4 foot high speaker, and then like a smaller speaker on top of that.
Nice.
And it was alright. It was alright for Dad when he was playing Arctic Monkeys. When I was bouncing out Clubland and that, he wasn't very happy with it. But I came home and Dad had the whole house total like bouncing to Arctic Monkeys.
Class.
And that was a guy at work gave him it. It was like the demo. He kind of like handed out a mixtape before it
Yeah.
was actually released. And I always remember since then I had like a computer where you could burn your own CDs and
Yeah.
that. Copied it onto that, getting out to everyone, all my mates, thinking like, oh, I just found this band. Listen to these; they're gonna be massive soon. Right enough, Dad was right. They were like, but,
Yeah.
but no, that was another album.
Cool.
That's class.
Look at
Good
Matt being like the hipster there.
Okay.
I was listening to you before, it was cool.
Exactly.
Oh no, I have to stop myself from being that guy sometimes.
I'm totally that guy.
You don't know what real hip hop is, man.
The thing is, specs, beard, and flesh, although I fit in the hipster
Exactly.
category
Oh,
too
yeah,
easily.
I know. You just need some Crocs and
It
you're
was,
set.
Jamie got his ear pierced not so long. I was like, oh, I'm getting dangerously close to hipster again, Jamie.
Yeah, the pierced anyway. I was there. They just forced it back through the hole.
Ah, I know.
It was harrowing. I was looking away like, oh my god.
I said to him, I was like, you getting a flesh hole? He's like, nah. I was like, hi, too close to hipster.
I couldn't have it. Oh, is that me? Right, there's a theme to this album, right? And
I imagine that Mark is that prog that he listens to concept albums on shuffle.
sent you like a wee clip of like some prog Japanese band that had fun. I was like, oh, look at this, man, it's mad. This album's got a theme that I didn't realise until I started writing out the songs for it, right? Some of the songs, A Fine Day to Die, another one, For All Those Who Died, and the title track, Blood, Fire, Death.
So, quite a happy album?
Well, another song's called Holocaust. So
This is Slayer.
no, but they inspired Slayer.
Nice.
It's Bathory.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they kind of created Viking metal, and
Are they not black metal?
yeah, well, that's the thing. The first 3 albums are pure black metal, and then he went to hell with this.
I'm
Did
going to
an-
grow a beard and
Aye.
get horns.
No, did an album half and half, which is this one, and then went full Viking for a while. But he didn't create black metal. Venom probably did that, but they probably defined it. You know, they were the best band for black metal, so I absolutely love it. It's if you're into heavy music, black metal, it's well worth checking out. It's Bathory, Blood, Fire, Death, about 1988. Just class. And we were talking about it the other day. You know, there's some bits and songs that don't fit, but you can't imagine them being anywhere. This whole album's just and just screaming vocals like right. And one of the songs, I think it's Holocaust, it just like doom 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 doom. And it's just like, it's like Pop Goes the Weasel, and I'm like, what the hell? I looked up and they were like, oh, Quarfon, the singer. I was like, oh, it's funny. Just keep it in. It's like my music. I'll do what I want, right?
I'm totally that guy. That bit doesn't work. Yeah, but I like it. Yeah, so we'll just keep it in.
The rest of the album's just crazy, and then there's just that wee bit. Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm like, yes. So absolutely brilliant. So that's my kind of go-to black metal, kind of Viking metal album, really.
I like it.
Old school, anyway. So there you go.
Well, the next one on my list is Fleetwood Mac. Rumours.
Brilliant.
Do you know what? It's an album that I seem to remember. Like, I remember my dad listening to it when I was a wee boy, and it's one of them ones that's like me and my dad's music taste just does not meet anywhere. I think we meet at the Who and Fleetwood Mac. That's about it.
That's not bad though.
I mean, Johnny Cash. Can't be about Johnny Cash, but anyway. I remember this album, and it's like the guitar sounds in it are just fucking brilliant. It's on my bucket list to learn Never Going Back Again on the guitar. But when I listen to it, I still think it's like 3 guitarists, so I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do
Yeah,
that.
you can do it. I believe
no,
in
I'm
you.
too ham-fisted for that kind of stuff, man.
I'm gonna lock you in a room. Got a cat of 9 tails. Get it learned. That's a fine.
So,
it's
aye,
one of the best albums ever, easily.
Well, I
Easily.
think so. I was talking to someone about it the other day, and they're like, nah, absolute dire, but
They need to check.
Strokes for folks, innit?
And
you know what I mean?
it's true. But in the words of Ice Cube, they better check themselves, right?
I mean, I'd defy you to listen to Don't Stop and not have a well big cheeser.
Aye, a cheeser. You
Great
say?
tune.
Aye,
And
no, it's
what's the other? I mean, the Chain.
aye.
The Formula
brilliant.
1 theme.
I know. Aye.
If you're not driving to that and then put your foot down, then there's something wrong with you.
Oh, true. Absolutely. I'm right there, Boaby.
That's me again, innit?
Say again, mate. What
I'm
your
on
hands
song now.
with? Song. Aye.
He's meticulous.
Stone Roses, Waterfall.
Oh, tune.
I came into the yard the other day, blaring it out in the
Blaring
van.
it out,
Like,
aye.
when it's sunny outside, there's no beating it.
I was well happy when that actually happened.
Aye.
Like, I think I actually said to her, I was like, mad for it. Because that's what I say to you every time you walk in.
I think I'm
Again,
like,
taking the piss out of my accent.
I think I am in like such a wee majority that I don't hate the Stone Roses, don't not like them. I just never been able to get into them as much as say like Oasis or the Happy Mondays or anything.
See, I mean, I love
just,
Oasis.
I just can't.
but
I
still
just,
think
you know what I mean. I just probably one day I'll just be there, but it's not happened yet. I just
ever-
can't
you
get
ever
into
listen
them.
to the full version of Fool's Gold?
No, I don't
It's
think
as
so.
trippy as hell. It's just brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the song goes on for about 3 minutes, and then it's like 10 minutes of jam. You know what I mean? Just fucking around. It's brilliant.
Saying that, Oasis thing are going to appear on my list.
Oasis,
was,
I think, got an honourable mention
A
for
good,
me.
a good shout. Like,
They should be on my honourable
It's just gonna be a
mentions.
song.
In fact,
for
they're
me,
not
like-
even on my honourable mentions. In fact, Haley mentioned that to me. She's like, why is Oasis not there?
What
And I was
album
just
would
like,
you have? Well, what album would you have?
Tough call. Probably.
I'd have Morning Glory, but I think it's because
Morning
that's the
Glory,
first one I heard.
Aye.
Definitely, maybe it's probably the mere favourite of
Do you know what I
everybody.
actually really enjoy?
I love Heaving Chemistry.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I
Heaving
love
Chemistry is a
that.
great show.
Aye. They're probably my free go-tos anyway, if you want that. I'm quite glad you like Heaving Chemistry. I don't think it gets...
I think it's an underrated.
I don't think it gets as much
No,
love as it should do.
Little by Little's brilliant.
Aye.
And plus, Robbie Carlyle ends up huge.
Aye. It's true, it's massive, isn't it? Starts off little, gets bigger as it goes, little by little.
So, Stone Roses, Waterfall.
That's
Brilliant
good.
tune.
I'm impressing myself here. Like.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Bangers, mate.
I think you're winning this again. My number 6 probably be high on your list probably, even if it's not on it, is 9 Inch Nails' The Downward Spiral.
Aye, masterpiece.
I probably have never listened to an album more than that album, like right through. I just think it's just perfect. And we've seen them. You and me went to see them.
Oh, man,
What did I do when
so
they
good.
closed with Hurt?
You cried.
I cried like a child.
Do you know what though? I didn't cry. Like I don't get why you cry. But then I was listening to Johnny Cash's version yesterday, and that's a
Oh, that's a
really-
tearjerker.
Oh man.
That's the best cover ever,
Right
in my
in the
opinion.
feels.
I think that's the best cover song that's
Yeah.
ever been done, and
But
the video is
Trent
incredible.
Reznor said himself that it's his song.
Aye,
Do you
oh,
know what I mean?
it's unreal. But you've got like Hurt's one of my favourites, Ruiner, Closer, Warm Place.
Closer is a
it's-
fucking belter
it's
of a tune.
perfect.
I love Heresy.
Heresy's amazing. It's just perfect. And the fact that he recorded it in the house where the Manson murders took place,
It's pretty cool.
Oh, well.
that's just because
You never listened to Nine Inch
you
Nails?
had the feeling for it.
Again, I know some of their songs.
Uh-huh.
I've got a pal that's into them, so
Yeah, you need
he's
to
always
listen to
listening to them.
You get a good mix of emotion with you can do anything to Nine Inch Nails. You can dance to them, you can chill out to them, you can be depressed with them, you can do
That's
whatever you
awesome.
want. There's
Love
some
a bit of Nine Inch
they've
Nails.
got a bit of everything, can. But aye, that's probably my favourite Nine Inch Nails. But you can't get around with them really. I don't think.
I don't think any of will have heard of my next album.
I have.
This guy.
Well, what are they? Tell us,
It's,
Scott. Do tell.
It's a
Completed
band from California called
Cal?
Slackstring.
Oh no,
Never heard of them.
no.
It's basically an acoustic kind of folky album
Mm-hmm.
with a bit of everything in it. It's pretty much the perfect album to get stoned to.
Oh.
It's great. It's like a summary album, if you know what I mean.
Mm,
You can sing along with it. It's great.
I'll have
I would
to-
advise you to check out
I'll-
Slackstring.
I'll have to check. I've never
Self-titled
heard
album. You'll never will have. Do you know who actually got me into them? When we used to
it.
work.
Right, who's the biggest stoner you know? Let's have a
Do you
think.
know who it was? It was Craig. He used
Aye.
to work at the.
Oh, Stoner
Console.
Craig.
He
Aye.
was like, "Oh, you ever heard of Slackstring?" Because he knew I played guitar, and he played a bit of guitar too. And he ended up telling
He
me
knows
about
his
this band.
music.
Well, he brought in
Yeah.
this CD to me. He's like, "Check them out. That's an absolute brilliant album." I was like, "Ah, cool." And I listened to it. Never looked back. Brilliant.
I will.
It's the thing is as well. It's like totally recorded in their garage. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, good.
But I love it. It's so good. It's not the best produced. It's just great songs.
Doesn't have to be if it's good, does it?
Brilliant.
Know what
I
mean?
used to another saxo favourite, so it was singing my wee heart out in the saxo.
Oh, I love it.
So hi, bit of Slackstring. Check them out.
Well, I'm on an album this time, innit?
It's your list, mate.
It's your list.
Again, but I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to keep some sort of order in it.
We shan't hold
quite
you to
impressed.
nothing.
I'm quite impressed with how you're managing to keep the order.
Exactly. Next album is Fatboy Slim.
Oh,
Why
yes.
try
so
harder?
close to being in my 10.
That's.
I was staring at it going, I love that album, but I love
Fatboy
that
Slim is
album.
a
Remember the
good
front
shout.
cover of it?
Mm-hmm.
What, the
That's
fat guy?
brilliant.
The fat guy with the big angel wings.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mum and Dad had like a. I remember when I was young and it was like a CD rack taller than me. Well, I was only wee, obviously, so it was like 4 foot high or something. But no, it was massive, and I always remembered to pull the thing, get like a random CD out, pull this Fatboy Slim out, and it was in my room ever since, just purely because of the front cover.
Yeah.
It was constantly on repeat.
Does it not say on the T-shirt as well? It's like, I'm number 1, so why try harder?
Aye, well, that's
Great.
his. I don't know. That's definitely on his best
It is,
of.
aye.
Is
That's-
Aye, as well. He might have the same
No,
for
that's
his
it.
best of.
It's a greatest hits album, but it's called the name of the album's
Uh-huh.
Why Try Harder.
Aye,
Yeah.
a belter.
I
Aye,
think I have that one.
I've definitely got it because
What's
staring at it.
What's your favourite Norman song? I mean, that's the worst thing about him, isn't it? He's called Norman.
Okay.
It's not a cool DJ.
Aye, he's
I've
not got a
got
cool
mine,
name
like-
like Baffrey's singer, Quarfon. Would that work though? All right, I'm Quarfon. You ready to dance?
Let me see your glow sticks.
It's well hard.
I'd say Praise You.
oh, Praise
Praise
is
is
so
a
good.
great tune.
That's
I'm
again,
a big.
the video for that.
Yeah,
Aye.
I think.
His videos are all
Yeah,
mostly
his
good.
videos are
Ken,
good.
what though? Ken, if I wanted to just be, Ken, if I just want to be like hyped up, it's like almost like my Vanderlei Silva song. It's like if I couldn't have Darude, I'd have Right Here, Right Now.
Right Here, Right Now. I was just going to
Aye.
say that pumps
You
you
know,
up. Do you know what
that
Right Here,
pumps
Right
me
Now
up.
makes me think of? Football films from like
Oh,
yes!
early 2000s. Sorry. Just when Right Here, Right Now came on, shit was about to get
Anything
serious. The losing team was going to win.
Anything with Elijah Wood or Danny Dyer. You know what I mean?
When you go and watch football now, they play that in the stadium before they come out.
I guess you're totally pumped with that.
Aye.
Belter, that's a
Right.
fine choice.
That's like Here to Stay for me by Korn. That gets me
Aye.
totally pumped. I'll
Oh.
fight when that song comes on. Like, I love it.
I love it. Right, is it me? Right, I guarantee nannies have heard this. Like, maybe no one except me. No, that's not
This
true.
is Mark's
Aye.
greatest hits.
Nah, they're a kind of cult band. Still going though. Fields of the Nephilim. The Nephilim. For 1988, and they're right. Do you like cowboys?
I love how you try and sell this.
Aye.
I like cowboys.
Do you like cowboys?
I like cowboy hats.
Aye. Do you like?
I like Spurs and arseless chaps.
Oh, you've got Spurs, right? If you want arseless chaps, can't see Doogie. Right, cowboys playing post-punk, but get heavier into metal as the albums go on. In darkness, with laser beams coming out their eyes, and they pour flour before they gone out, so it looks like they've just came out the grave.
I'm hooked.
Oh, wow.
It's brilliant. They've did three albums in the 80s. They're all good. This was the kind of high praise gin. They got a bit dark. The rest of the band went away because they went in hiatus, and the singer went, I'm just going to get well heavy. And he just did one album that's like Behemoth. It's just well heavy. And then they came back and they've only done one album since in 2006, which is fucking so close to being my number one on this. They've not got a bad thing going, and they only play 2-3 gigs a year in the UK.
This is a new band to me, Mark. I've never
Oh,
heard of them, like.
one of my favourites. Probably the last band I discovered where I just was like hooked for like nearly a year.
Bit of cowboy metal.
Aye.
Do they drop a
When they get see after the first three, they're kind of post punk, kind of goth rock, kind of
right.
like the Damned, but a bit heavier,
Yeah, cool.
right? But better songwriting. Then they've got one album called Zune, which is their only 90s proper album after the first three. It's only the singer in another band. Heavy as fuck. Nergal for Behemoth like cites it as like a well big. He comes out, he supported them and came out and just like does the main single for it. He loves it. He says it's one of the best albums I've ever heard. Then they've got one album after that called Morning Sun, which is top to bottom absolutely perfect, and it's heavier. They get heavier as time goes on, and then they've got a brilliant double live album.
Yeah.
It's one of the last albums I paid big money to get like a special edition thing of it and that, and I was like, it's just cool as out. And they only play like 2 gigs a year in like London, and the main singer owns like a printing shop and that. Again, it's just a part-time job now, again, but well worth checking out. Like early stuff, and they just get heavier as it goes. So if you want heavier, go for like Morning Sun, but absolutely brilliant. Again,
Awesome.
can't get enough of them.
Learn something new every day.
Aye, should be bigger than they are.
My number 4 on 7 now.
Well, that's my 7, so you'll be your
So this will
7.
be 7, yeah. So my next one is Alter Bridge, One Day Remains.
Love it.
First
Love
album.
Alter Bridge.
I've just got into Alter Bridge recently.
Well, see, this was the first album I thought was brilliant. Second album was great. Third album, some good songs. Fourth album's alright, but Miles Kennedy's voice starting to annoy me. And do you know what I blame for it? when Tremonti came out and did his side project,
Mm-hmm.
I prefer his voice.
Aye.
It suits the tunes better. And I just think Miles Kennedy's a bit too whiny now. Since he started with Slash, he's sounding a wee bit whiny.
I'm
Just gonna throw it out there.
My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, has
Yeah.
played on stage with him.
Nice.
Holy moly!
I don't know if he won a competition or he got pulled up or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he's well into them.
Aye. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Otter Bridge.
Aye.
I'm just saying Miles Kennedy's got a bit on my tits in later years.
Aye. He's such a good singer though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's a good singer, but
Zeppelin-
I feel like he's gone too high, and
Aye.
I don't know. I heard he was going to be doing the Zeppelin gig.
Well, it was Robert Plant put a stop to it.
Oh, did he?
He doesn't want them using the Zeppelin name, and they just he was in to do it, and they were thinking about it because obviously you hear him the Immigrant Song, and he does it
Oh
flawless.
yeah, I mean, don't get me
Aye.
wrong. He's got a great voice and an incredible range and whatnot, but he's just getting a bit whiny for my liking.
the stuff with Slash is getting a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
They did like 19. I love them both, and I loved like the first couple albums, but their last album was like 19 tracks, and they're basically all the same.
Yeah.
Again, I was kind of like, and they're right and iron, and it didn't get me wrong, I'll always listen. I was always a fan of them both, but I kind of think, they Guns N' Roses, mate. You know
For
what I
me,
mean?
though,
Ken?
you get like One Day Remains, and
class.
I'm trying. What fucking bangers is on that?
Metal
I love
Angus.
Metal Angus, yeah. Broken Wings.
Mhm.
The guitar in that,
Aye,
absolutely brilliant.
brilliant. Is that not for Tremonti's like Deed Mum or something?
No, that
No.
one's In Love and Memory.
Ah, good stuff.
Yeah, just a great
Mhm.
album.
Mhm.
Catchy, brilliant.
Class.
Me again.
Metropolis.
Song is, just because we mentioned it before, Oasis, and the song is Champagne Supernova.
Oh,
Tune.
perfect.
Kind of getting wrong. That.
No, is it no?
Is that your favourite Oasis song?
Probably.
What's
Is
your favourite Oasis song?
I don't know, I was going to say, is that no Richard Ashcroft that plays the solos in that?
In Champion Supernova?
Aye, is it not the last album on Morning Glory? It's like in the liner notes it says Super Sub. Because he's related to Noel or something. Well, he'll be related to both of them, I think.
Does he?
I'm sure he does. Check that out. I'm sure that's legit.
the
The solos he plays.
That's Noel, like,
I'm telling you.
you sure?
I'm sure he does.
It's a very Noel solo.
We'll look it up after
Noel
this.
Gallagher says himself, I've been playing the same solo for about 20 years.
Come back
It's
to
a very
Noel
solo.
episode 11 and we'll have solved this.
Oh no, hey, I'll just wait until Jamie comments on it, telling me how wrong you are.
He's not. Oh, he does
He's
know
done that in a few
Oasis.
videos.
Has he? I did make a lot of mistakes in some of the last ones.
I seen him on Friday, and
Aye.
he's like, I've commented on your videos. I'm listening to them, man. I'm just got to prove Mark wrong. So, Jamie's episode, I think he's just got to come on and argue with you.
As his life.
Exactly.
Exhibit A on episode 2.
Mark, on the 4th of July, 2018, you said this. You lied.
Don't take me to court over this. I will not be court-martialed. Favourite Oasis song? That's tough. That would be up there, that, Ian.
Is it not Champagne Supernova is where they've got like the normal length song, 4 minutes or whatever?
There's the album
There's like
version's longer. Like
12
7,
minutes or
aye.
is it 7
Aye,
minutes?
7-8 minutes. But I'm a big fan of. I like a bit of Hindu Times as well.
Mine's
Hindu Times.
definitely Acquiesce.
Oh, Acquiesce is brilliant. Forgot.
See,
the master plan. Done. That's mine. Master plan.
See when,
Forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
see when they kick into that tune on Acquiesce, the guitar riff at the start, and then Liam starts singing. The swagger behind that tune's unbelievable.
You ever seen the video?
Oh, it's
Where
great.
it's the Asian
Yeah,
cover band.
brilliant.
That guy's got Liam down.
Definitely.
Aye.
It's just the swagger William's voice does it
Uh-huh.
for me. Anything with a bit of swagger in it.
His new album's good. Liam's new album's
here's your album,
really
I've
good.
not had a chance to listen.
Well good. He's trouncing Noel right now for me for Noel's
I
last
don't
album.
like-
I've
Can-
got my next song's actually going to be a Liam Gallagher song.
Belter. I can dig it.
Oh, tell you what else is a great Liam Gallagher song just before we start. Scorpio Rising with Death and
Yeah,
Dragons.
class.
Oh, I think that's probably
Uh-huh.
his best vocal performance personally.
Brilliant. I did know that because you tell me about it and I'm like, oh, I know that one, Chief.
Yeah,
Mhm.
great tune. Sorry,
Right.
Matt.
No,
No, I'll keep my song for the next one. I'm trying to build out songs here.
Oh, right,
out
aye,
of
it's
my
your
head.
turn now, anyway.
is it? Aye. Right. Number 8, I've got The Prodigy, Music for the Jilted Generation.
We were talking,
Like
me and
that.
Haley said this the other day, I was like, who's your favourite dance artist? She's like, oh, I don't know. And she was ranting on about, like, I don't know, was it Armin van Helden or something?
Yeah. Aye.
And I was like, Prodigy.
Aye.
Easy.
Prodigy.
Prodigy, because it's like dance music done with real instruments. And,
Aye.
well, not
Aye.
real instruments, you know what I mean. Like, they had Big Jim Davis playing for them.
Aye, they're kind of a mix of it. Oh, it's like, it depends, isn't it? Because some
It's
bands.
kind of live and dance, it's cool. I like
I've
it.
seen Chasing Status and they've got like 2 stage shows. They've got like a DJ set and like a real
Yeah.
live set. But I think Faithless are much the same. Love a bit of Faithless
Yeah,
as well.
Faithless are good too.
Aye, but Prodigy, they'll always be number 1.
Tell you who I really enjoy as well is Left Field.
Oh yeah, aye. I think they're playing not far. Are they not playing at that
I
castle
think-
gig?
I think- yeah,
aye.
I think they are.
But it's hard. See what Proj album pick, because it's hard between this for me and Fat of the Land. But I kind of go to No Good, Start the Dance, Voodoo People, Poison.
Yeah, definitely music for
It's just I love
Generations.
Fat of the Land, but it
I
was
love
one
Voodoo
of
People.
Fat of the Land was one of the first albums that was given to me, and I loved it. But when I heard that, I think it just tops it. Again,
Voodoo People's
Magic
brilliant,
People,
man.
Voodoo People.
Brilliant.
But so that's definitely not moving for the top 10.
Well, my next one is another trip down memory lane. Blink-182, Enema of the State.
Oh, I know that one.
I do
First,
know that one as well.
First album I learned to play on guitar.
Really?
Went and bought a tab book, learned every song. Used to play it all the way through 3 or 4 times a day.
Class.
I remember when I learned it as well. We were starting a band with me, Chris, Neil, and Liam, and it was like Chris said something about me playing lead. I was like, I don't want to play lead guitar. I just want to play like chords and punky riffs and stuff, because I was like, there's no way I'm good enough. See, now it's like the total opposite.
Aye.
I wouldn't sully myself playing chords.
Oh.
I'm joking.
No, good. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I remember
See, for
liking
me,
that
That
album.
was just the childhood.
Aye.
Like,
There's
that was,
going away to college, Dysentery Gary.
that was like heavy when I was young. You know what I mean? That was like when I was,
It wasn't that it was heavy. It was
well, it
just,
was for me.
Aye.
Clubland, Blink-182.
I still Tom DeLonge's guitar sound in that album is still one of my favourite guitar sounds.
Aye. Is
And
he not
it's-
chasing aliens now?
Oh, Tom's went crazy.
Aye.
That dude's fucking lost the plot, man.
What was the drummer called again?
Travis
Travis.
Barker.
Travis Barker. That's it. I spent all morning the other day watching his. You can the drum
Yeah,
covers he does of songs.
he's brilliant.
Some of
like.
them are amazing.
He is on an insane amount of rapper albums.
Aye.
He's in the Game and
Because,
Nasty's albums.
because he's
aye.
way into rap and he's just
Aye.
that good a drummer.
Oh,
like.
aye,
Exactly.
fits
The thing is, for
nice.
me as well, he gets a lot of hate. See, from like drummers in the drummer community, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's an amazing drummer.
I never.
Aye, a lot of folk are like, oh yeah, he can't do that. All he is like speed. But it's like, yeah, but
Aye.
I've watched videos of him playing Christmas tunes on like a Christmas drum and doing stuff. I'm like,
Is the drumming community kind of like the plumbing community where we all diss each other when our backs are turned?
I just think that's a tradesman thing though. See, like whenever someone gets in and they see someone else's like job, they just go, "That's a rough job." I tell you,
Aye.
man, that's a cowboy that's done
So
that.
you start getting it like, who done that?
Exactly, it's a total god complex thing, isn't it? What is that?
I don't do it because I don't care. I'm just give me some money. Are you happy with your job? Pay me.
Exactly. I don't even ask if they're happy.
Mr. Mark, business owner.
No, of course not. But aye, that's a good
course
album.
Care about all my clients.
Of course I do. They're all very nice.
How's it me now?
Yeah, sure.
I had one as well. Oh, I'll go for one that you've probably never heard of. You probably ken who it is, but you've never heard the album.
Hit me.
You know Chipmunk?
Yeah.
Chip Diddy Chip?
Uh-huh.
He's now called Chip.
Yeah, I've seen that.
League of Their Own 2 it's called.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
That's, you know,
I'm slightly
it's
disappointed.
like grime music.
Alright.
But that's, he started on that now because he went all international in America. There's a famous clip where he was with
Who the
Chris
fuck does he
Brown.
think he is? Pitbull?
Ah, but they all
Mr.
do.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. But he started, he had a song with Chris Brown. And then in an interview, the week after that came out, it was
Oh
like,
no!
Chris Brown was like, oh, it was like, who's your favourite UK rapper? And Chris Brown was like, oh, I think I've got someone else. And they were like, oh, about Chipmunk. They was like, who?
Oh
Anyway, he
Jesus!
started beef with a guy called, what's he called now? Pass. He started beef with someone, and that's like the start of every one of his songs, or every 2 or 3 one of his songs. It's just like him and Chris Brown going, who's Chipmunk? And that was his like big claim to fame. But now he's got beef with, Bugsy Malone, that's what he's called.
Oh, aye, I know.
Aye, that's it. Bugsy Malone songs.
This
have always...
literally sounds like an argument from the 20s.
No.
Chipmunk's got beef with Bugsies, eh?
Was Bugsy Malone not a film with like Jodie Foster and they're all children but they're gangsters as well?
That's it.
Yes, aye.
There was a boy, we're friends with him, James. I was working on site when we used to work with. And I was like, oh, tell me what you think of this guy, Bugsy Malone. And he is like, he doesn't know rap music at all. And he was like, oh, I like Bugsy Malone. I was like, you do not? He was like, oh, I listen to him all the time. And I started playing it. And he was like, it's a different Bugsy Malone. I didn't know about the other Bugsy Malone. So I YouTubed it. And I was like, oh, this is embarrassing for you, mate.
Fair guy.
He was like, I don't listen to them all the time.
Poor James, man.
But no, that's an unheard album for you, Per.
Aye. Oh no, cool. Don't
Good
know.
call.
Alright, me. Well, I've got a rap album, but it's strictly for my taste. It's DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot, which is my favourite rapper, even though Nas is probably the best. I fucking love that criminal. Ken, absolutely love it.
Is he not a fireman now?
No, he's in prison.
He was a fireman, was he not?
No,
Is DMX not a fireman?
no.
Oh. Sorry if anyone
He
knows if
impersonated
DMX was a
he
fireman.
impersonated a policeman and nearly got thrown
Did
in
he?
jail for 20 years. Ken,
Maybe that's what he was doing, but
Aye.
it was in a fire truck.
Aye.
oh, good day. There's a video of him driving a mini ambulance
Just
in a
kicking
golf
about
course.
He had
Kicking
sirens.
it, going, X go give it to you.
He had,
And his
a
fire
reali-
engine.
he had a reality show where it followed him for a year and it was meant to be recording his new album. Again, like in like 2006. It's 10 months of him pissing about. Well, producers and that are waiting for him in the studio going, you said you'd be here today, and he's in the store 2 states hour eating donuts at 4 a.m. going, oh, they're great at this time. This is when you come in. Went and played golf. Put his pals that didn't have much money and said, right, $1,000 for the, let's pour it in a pot. Winner gets 5,000. Aye, no bother, suppose we've no one ever played. He just grabs a white guy who's an expert. This old guy looks terrified and he's like, you're DMX, win for me. And he wins him $5,000. He's a pure dick. But aye, that's his first album and I think it's probably his best. And it's got like Rough Riders Anthem, maybe know that, and Let Me Fly, Got Me Dog, and it's good, just hardcore hip hop. Love
Yeah.
it. Again, makes me feel less white. Again, but he's my favourite. I've actually got like a gold album of like his 4th album, like the British standard gin and that. Again, so I must be well into him. But aye, so that's mine.
My next one that I'm going to go with, because I'm not sure, I might substitute my last one out. I'm not
It's
sure.
yours. Let's do what you want.
My next one is Periphery 2 by Periphery.
Oh yeah.
You got me listening to them not long ago.
Yeah, kind of, well, what the kids are calling gent. For me, it's very prog, to be honest. It's just got a bit of everything.
You need to stop talking to these kids.
I know. I love the does it gent shout. That's not getting old at all. Just it's got a bit of everything in it. It's mental.
Oh,
it's
it's
like
crazy.
listening to Chaos, but then when you listen to it again, you're like, oh, I get it, because it's like long riffs, if you know what I mean, that repeat, and it's great. I love it. Spencer Sotelo, awesome voice. Misha Mansour, great on the guitar.
I'm sure I've seen them. In your download.
I think they played last year.
I think I wouldn't have saw. No, I was meant to go, and I was gonna check them out, and I didn't end up going. So aye, but no, good stuff you showed me is really good. I've not got deep into
Yeah, I
them
quite
yet.
like a bit of Periphery. It's probably the only new band that I've really got into recently. Like the newest band, if you know what I mean.
All right, aye.
I'm trying to think of any good new bands. and
Rival Sons.
They're not new though.
Right.
They've been about for before Periphery, I think.
All right, aye. Good band.
Yeah, I just mean like the latest kind of band for me.
Song, I'll go for Korn, Twisted Transistor.
Oh, tune.
It's brilliant. It's great.
Again,
Yeah,
just 'cause
yeah.
it's got rapping in it as well.
Uh-huh.
Who's the rappers that are in it?
The
Snoop
video
Dogg's
is
in it, Exhibit's in
Exhibit.
it.
That's it. I used to listen to Exhibit all the time.
Lil Jon,
Yeah, Little John.
and David Banner's Alien.
Aye,
Mhm.
but it's when I must have YouTube like Exhibit or showing, and
Aye.
that's the first time I heard that.
It's one of the best music videos ever. It's
Me,
It's
me
the
and Mark.
microphones.
aye.
It's mental.
Me and Mark hadn't seen each other for
A year.
maybe a year,
Aye.
and we ended up working on a job together. And we were in the attic. I can't remember. We were doing something with the shower.
Shower.
hadn't we?
New
Like, they're totally-
pipe for a shower.
New pipe, new cable for a shower, and we were in the attic and it got dark. And then I quoted one of the lines from that video that says, "We are all black when the lights go out."
Just me howling in the
And
loft.
I just kind of rekindled. I don't know. It was like, "Where have you been?"
Where haven't I been?
Exactly.
Rough.
So, aye.
That's
Belter of a tune,
brilliant
like,
tune.
tune.
Brilliant tune. Right, my number 10, and kind of mixes it up a wee bit. The Cure, Disintegration. Absolutely fucking love it.
We'd not had you down as the Cure.
Love Cure, especially there's 3 albums, and he classes it as his trilogy. It's one of the few times, you know, like artists always go, oh well, I think this album, and it's always shite. You know what I mean? Like they always pick the daft albums.
Yeah.
They don't like their most famous ones or the best ones. Robert Smith picks his 3 that he thinks defines the Cure, and to me they are the best albums. And it's Pornography, Disintegration, and Blood Flowers, and they're all good. But Disintegration's brilliant. Lullaby, Love Song, Pictures of You, and you get like, it's not. I like if you listen to the singles or greatest hits, it's fine. But when you get that album and it just flows perfect. I think it's just brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Well, my last one, number 10, is a tough call, but I think I will go with Slipknot, Iowa.
Oh, that's good.
And I've bumped Less Than Jake Anthem out of there.
I don't know much Less Than Jake. I like
Love a
them
bit of
up
Less Than
there,
Jake, and I'm kind of already regretting this. Nah, Slipknot, Iowa. I remember getting that, and the minute People Equal Shit comes on, I mean, the first album's pretty good, but Iowa to me is probably the angriest album ever recorded.
Oh, it's insane.
Is that the one we spit it out and?
No, that's the first
Wait.
one.
Oh right.
The second one's one with like My Plague, Left
That's
Behind.
My Plague.
For me, the angriest song in the whole album is the Heretic Anthem.
Aye.
I mean, it's just fucking amazing.
That
I also
is-
love Disaster Piece.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's awesome.
No,
Left
that's good.
Behind's one of my favourites.
Oh
Yeah,
god, aye, that's
there's,
still so good.
Gently as well.
Uh-huh.
I've got a load of Gently demos, and when you realise that like, that was one of their earliest tunes, kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
when you hear Gently in that, when the riff kicks in, oh man, it's just great.
I seen Corey Taylor the other day because he started that shit where he does an album comes out by Stone Sour and he goes, this is the album that
Yeah.
defines us. 2 albums later, yeah, the album was shit, but this album defines us. And we're talking about new Slipknot, and it's like the new album's gonna be like Iowa.
Nah, it's
And
not.
I went, it's not. You can't do that. That's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing for a band. You know, it's like didn't he go, I hate that route now when they all do it. Kiss are bad for that. Or what
Oh,
we
yeah.
did then was shit. But this is the shit. Oh, it never ends. But I didn't have Slipknot on my list, but they'd be close. Ken, they've probably
Well,
gone in and out sometimes.
Only
Ken.
for Iowa. I mean, I liked Volume 3, and All Hope Is Gone was alright, but the Grey chapter, not a fan.
I thought that was grand.
The Grey chapter, did
I
you?
love it.
Nah.
I honestly think it's really good.
Nah. You're
I
wrong.
love
but
it. I did.
Scott, shut down. Like, what you're saying,
That's your
Mark,
opinion, but
it's
you're wrong.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Chief.
It
We're
would
gonna have
be-
someone we're gonna argue
It
about.
would be shit if we were all the same,
Uh-huh.
wouldn't it?
Can, but aye.
Last tune for me is an album, and I'll go for Limp Bizkit. Chocolate Starfish and a hot dog flavoured one.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I have a Limp Bizkit on my honourable mention. My only issue with that is I listen to Limp Bizkit now and I'm like,
Aye.
it's so cringy, but I loved it so much back then.
It's
Definitely.
still
I
good fun though.
I used to know every word on Chocolate Starfish and hot dog flavoured water.
You showed me.
I tell you what, that album, when you've got tunes like Hold On with Scott Weiland in it, that's a fucking banger of a tune. Like,
Class in it.
also, what's the one he does with Exhibit?
Aye, you've kind of rumbled me there.
What the fuck was it
I
called?
want to say it's not Take a Look Around or something. Was
No, I wanted to say Life in the Fast Lane, but it's not Life in the Fast Lane
It's
either.
no. That's
I tell you what, I love Life in the Fast Lane as well. When they put in the
guitar bit as well.
when they put in the sample from
What's the sample again?
Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles.
Ah,
Didn't it?
right, aye.
Life in the Fast Lane.
I can't even. Me and Paul Michael were talking about albums that have dated badly.
That's
And
one of them.
And I
But
can't
I remember
because
loving it
there's one
so
bit where he
much.
goes, "I'm gonna kick your ass like Ken Shamrock," and I'm like, "Oh, that's dated.
Aye.
That's dated."
The thing as well, at the start of Life in the Fast Lane is like, dedicated to you, Ben Stiller. You are my favourite motherfucker. I told you, didn't I?
Well, fucking, they stole Ben Stiller's car.
Oh,
Him
man.
and Stephen Dorff Blade.
That
again.
is, I'll take that back. I mean, I know it's cringy, but it's a great
You
album.
were so embarrassing to show me that the most listened to song in your iPod was like break stuff.
Was
and
it
I'm
not?
like,
No, it
I was
definitely
just
wasn't
gonna
break
say
stuff.
It was
Because I don't
something
like
like
break
that.
stuff. It must have been My Way.
I was there's another kind of like video podcast I listened to, and they did it's like wrestling. It's they did WrestleMania 17, and obviously Limp Bizkit's hour that, and they were talking about the same, and they said the same. It's just like it's cringy, but still good. You know what I mean? And the three
Yeah.
of them all agreed. You know, it's so aye, absolutely.
Have
Like what you
you
like. You know what I mean?
have you got an honourable mentions list?
I've got a few honourable mentions, and I've also got underrated that I will fight to the death for.
Right, give us your list. We'll just do the honourable
They're just
mentions
quick,
as a
like,
list. Yeah,
aye.
just rattle through them.
Quick honourable mentions: Metallica, Ride the Lightning, Avantasia, The Wicked Symphony, which is just not many folk know, but it's class. You like metal and opera? That's your stuff.
Mopra?
Exactly. Did you just create a music style?
I think I did.
Machine Head, The Blackening.
Oh, I think that's better than Master of Puppets.
Mm,
Controversial, and I love arguing with Metallica fans, but it's true.
it's brilliant though. Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street.
What one's on that?
Oh, you've got me on the spot, Chief.
Is Miss You on it?
Aye, I think so. I've not listened to it. I've not listened to it. It's a double album. I've not listened to it in a long time, but I just remembered that as my Stones album.
I
You know
like,
what I mean?
I
But
like
I've been
Stones.
listening to Guru, the greatest hits, for so long
Yeah.
that they've all seamlessly went in.
See, Miss You. The minute you hear that, you're fucked for a week because that's in
Ah,
your head.
Definitely. Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Good call.
It's embarrassing that I don't know any Stones. So they're all linked into one now. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, another double album, really good. And Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory, can't even not have it. It's the album of my
I
childhood.
always preferred Biscuit to Linkin Park. Looking back now, that was probably a mistake, but fuck it.
No, but
I'm
I
sticking with
just
my principles.
love it. Do you want my underrated the news or?
I don't have any underrated, so yeah,
Well,
fire them in.
my underrated, I will fight to the death for these, and they should be. And big one for me, Guns N' Roses, Chinese Democracy. I think it's fucking brilliant, and nobody agrees with me.
A lot of folk hate that album, but I
I-
think it's just because it's new and it took so long.
I think it's just a. Ken what?
Do you know
it's
what?
a kind of mishmash. of
I
tunes.
imagine if Tool come out with an album, it will be their Chinese Democracy.
Oh,
Because it's
probably.
been so long, they've
Ken,
done that shit.
Ken,
Both ways.
Ken, the problem is it's only Axl and Dizzy that were on it. No Slash and that, so some folk shit. But it's nothing like the other Guns N' Roses, really. It's got Buckethead on it. You know,
Okay, it's awesome.
if you're into that stuff though, but most folk that like, Out to Get Me. aren't
Imagine being
gonna
the
be digging
guitarist
that.
that came on to Guns N' Roses after Buckethead. Can you do that weird thing that he does? Nah.
Do you ken the thing was it was DJ Ashba who's actually pretty fucking awesome, like Ken, but
He's no Buckethead.
you
though.
can't talk Buckethead. His stuff on is amazing. So I'd fight for that. We seen Guns N' Roses this year. We were all weekend at Download going, more democracy! Because they play free tracks. They go doing alright, but it's just me going, more democracy! And then like folk, like we saw folk over the weekend going, my man, yes! Like 10 of us. More! Velvet Revolver, Contraband.
Oh, that is
It's
a good album.
Fucking brilliant. I think if they'd stuck around longer, it would be remembered as
Yeah,
good
Scott
as it is.
inconsiderately Diana.
That's and well, no, he did another album, then got bored and fucked off.
Their second album wasn't good.
He did the same, reformed with STP, brought out a brilliant album, and then got drugged up again and fucking ruined it. Oh, poor cunt.
It's because you need money to buy drugs.
Well, this is no, if you're famous, you shouldn't have to. Can Body Count, their self-titled album. You know Body Count? Ice-T?
Yes.
I
yeah.
saw them at Download, absolutely brilliant. I think they're actually just starting to get good live now after
Amazing.
20 years. But
Brilliant.
you'd know the album cover if you've seen it. But it's basically think Ice Cube in a metal band. Ken, like if you don't know Ice-T, and Alcatraz's Disturbing the Peace,
Oh yeah.
which
Oh.
I know loads of folks say the first thing because hardly anybody knows Alcatraz top to bottom. And I know it was Young V Malmsteen on the first gen.
Ah, yeah.
But it's Alvi that's on.
Big Steve.
I think that was his first big thing he did after Frank Zappa, and I think it's
Was it?
fucking brilliant.
I thought he went Daily Roth after Zappa.
No, I'm sure he did this now.
He maybe
Oh,
did.
then
He
his
maybe
phone.
did.
He did just one album, and then the phone rang,
Aye.
and he fucked off. And I think they did one album after that, and that was it. And it was the guitarist that had been in Kiss or something. I think that was in the third one.
Excellent.
Again, but aye, so I'll fight for them any day, and they should be better known. Done.
My honourable mentions. Obviously, I'm gonna have Less Than Jake Anthem at the start of that because I bumped them for
bumped
Slipknot there. Brilliant album. Just
Aye.
nice, happy ska punk album. Takes me back to a simpler time, and I love trumpets.
Oh yes.
The next one is Free, Fire and Water, because I've give you my top 10 albums, but my favourite song in the world is All Right Now by Free.
I
That's
didn't know
why
that.
when we play it, I don't know if you noticed, when I was playing it last Saturday, it's note perfect.
Bit gassed.
It's
bit gassed when you-
it's the only one I give a rat's about in the set about playing note perfect. Next up is the Mighty Meshuggah, Obs in,
yes.
because Bleed is what I imagine hell's going to sound like. I imagine it's what the dinosaurs were stomping around listening to. I've got a couple of live albums, but I wouldn't include in this because we weren't doing live
hard to
albums.
mix.
So, Blink-182, the Mark, Tom and Travis show.
Uh-huh.
I still think that's one of the best guitar recorded sounds. I don't even know if it's an actual live album.
I don't know.
I don't know if they've recorded it to sound live. I don't know. I really need
Mm-hmm.
to Google that.
Or is it just played in a garage live?
Yeah, it could
aye.
be that. Next one, In Flames, Come Clarity.
Oh, belter.
Just
Big
because
Jamie fave. Jamie got me into that album.
I remember seeing In Flames at Download.
That was you
and-
got me into that.
Yeah, saw them at Download, and that was the what the fuck's the album called? Is it Delight and Angers? Maybe the album's called.
You're pushing me.
That's one of the songs
Aye.
there for sure.
Mhm.
Starts off with I'm the Highway and Alias, and just a fucking awesome album. But Come Clarity is the one that's just
Aye,
absolute
brilliant.
masterpiece.
Mhm.
My another live album, Pink Floyd, Pulse.
Oh,
I
mind
think
blowing.
that's the best live album ever recorded. Just
That's
and see if you
hard,
watch it on
aye.
DVD or Blu-ray.
Aye,
Fucking
me
amazing.
and you watched a good chunk of it.
Oh,
Was that
yeah.
not the same night we watched the 2001 Royal Rumble?
Probably.
That was some night.
The Black Keys, El Camino.
I don't know that much, but I like what I've heard.
Black Keys are awesome. It's like a two-piece. They just they're awesome blues.
Mind you are always going on about them like.
Lonely Boy, the guy in the video, stole my dance moves.
Ah.
You can check that out if you want. And then finally, Limp Bizkit, but not the chocolate starfish and hot dog flavoured water. I went with
Brilliant.
Significant Other because I think the tunes on it are funkier and they've got a bit more groove to them.
Aye.
And I love Nuki and also Rearranged.
I did it all for the Nuki.
Untogether Now.
End Together Now has the best rap noise I've ever heard in it. About 40 seconds in when he goes,
Aye.
he does that, but he does it way better than me.
Love Method Man.
Yep.
And then Big John Stud, middle name
Big
Mud.
You know, I'm surprised it's not on your list.
What?
Queen.
Queen are
hard
another,
to,
yeah,
but they're hard to pin
it's
an
hard
album.
to pin them down.
No.
I would
Or tie your mother down.
tell you what. I'll tell you my favourite Queen song if you want.
Hit me.
It's definitely Breakthrough. There's a kind of shitty orchestra bit, like where they're doing like a barbershop quartet thing at the start. Then the chorus comes in and I just love it. Love a bit of Queen, but not in my top 10 albums.
It's hard to put them to an album because I thought I love Queen, but it's so hard.
Actually, Queen's another band that mine and my all man's music taste kind of met. He
Aye,
had,
it's
I think he had
my mum's
Greatest
seen
Hits
Queen
too.
live.
Yeah,
That's
awesome,
well jealous. That's a big jealousy thing to me. She saw them in Edinburgh.
I'm gonna definitely see the new film.
I am, but I'm disappointed Sacha Baron Cohen's not doing it.
Yeah,
I
but
thought he would.
this guy. I mean, everyone's saying that.
Oh
but
no, I'll see
do you
it.
think he
but
would have done it
I think
as well?
He was on Howard Stern and they gave his idea for like the script and what they had the idea. I think they've changed it and made it what his was. They were gonna have Freddie die of AIDS halfway through, and then show how the band continued on from strength to strength.
Shite, why would
You know,
I say
because
that?
they did one more album with Paul Rogers, was it, and then just
Aye.
toured live.
Paul Rogers again. I actually think. Do you know the kind of big? Sorry, Freddie Mercury's the best voice.
No, but Paul Rogers, brilliant.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, I have like the Roger Daltrey, Robert Plant, and Paul Rogers. Out of them three, I'd say they're the big three of kind of British bluesy rock. I think Paul Rogers is my favourite.
He's brilliant though. Aye.
I mean, Roger Daltrey's got an
The album
awesome
he did is
scream,
brilliant, but what, like, you can't have Freddie die halfway through and then
Oh, yeah, I
continue the film.
The film would be about Freddie,
Aye,
let's be honest.
you know what I mean? But I think if they did have it that way, they changed it after he left because he went, I can't do this. This is I'm not. Nobody's gonna watch a guy die of AIDS and then
Definitely.
continue watching the film.
Exactly.
Did I see Tom Hanks didn't die halfway through Philadelphia, did he? Again.
I've just made this up on the spot.
Like
Is Enter Sandman.
yeah,
True.
good tune.
You were saying about Liam Gallagher before, and it's Wall of Glass.
Oh, it's brilliant.
That's
Fucking
my
brilliant.
favourite in the van at the minute. And who I'll stick up for is Drake.
Drake.
I actually said to Haley today, I have never listened to Drake.
It's you see, at the minute,
To
I'm
me,
into
Drake is just a meme.
Aye, there's a lot.
Do you know what I mean?
That dance move where he's like,
Playing the tennis
Aye.
and stuff.
but no, I'm digging Drake at the minute.
I don't like him much as a rapper, but see when he gets a bit R&B,
Aye,
I get wet. My
that's
pals
fair
love
enough.
him, and I'm like, it's not my cup. Kind of like Nas and DMX. I'm not
Aye.
really digging much of that. But then when he starts getting R&B in that, hold on, I'm just like, oh, I'm digging that. I dig that way more. Like,
It just seems like every song of his is a tune. Like, there's no one where it's like. It's
well, he just beat
kinda shit.
Wet Wet's like record for like the 90s, like the
Aye.
longest UK #1.
Did he?
Aye, like he smashed it. Can.
That's how out of touch with music I am.
Aye,
bad is that?
Uh-huh. Different music scene now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's just doesn't appeal to me.
Aye. Listen to me, different music scene. What a toss pot.
In no particular order.
Aye, in no particular order. That's pretty good though.
Well, that's the top 10 albums been rounded up. The top 10 for 10.
10 for 10.
Radio Voice
Your
is
top,
on.
your top 10 and 10 tonight.
Should have had
On the-
bongs with them, shouldn't we? Like,
On the magic hour. I felt that gravitate through.
We could all do that together and see who lasts the longest.
so, what are we hitting now, Mark? Is it time for Tales from the Mark side?
Well,
or
I can do that if you want.
Tales
Or are we
from the
doing-
Mark side.
Matt's monologue?
Oh, well,
monologue.
Matt's monologue.
Hello.
The Metropolis is
Well,
monologue.
Matt's monologue always comes through because if we're doing Tales from the Mark side, there is another little monologue, a sweet extra, if you will, in the middle that follows this story.
Since you've been so kind to listen to the first hour of shite.
Are you just continuing it on?
Yeah.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
Am I
We've been
just-
away for
am I
quite a
winging
while.
this as well. like?
We've been away for quite a while. I think they need a bumper episode.
A bumper episode. Well, I'm all good.
Or should we stop and do a 10.5?
Oh. Well, make the call. You're the leader of this.
Nah, fuck it. It's
illustrious
too much
band.
hassle.
Right, okay. You're the one that's going to have to edit it. So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? You've got a thing. So,
If you're listening to this and you want a break, just Go away for half an hour.
Pause it.
Listen to this.
It's not
Aye,
hard.
Pause it. Stop fucking expecting more
You
of
know what
us.
folk going, oh, podcast too long and that. I'm like, see when I stop a podcast in the podcast app or whatever, or YouTube, see when I click on it again, it starts with where I ended it.
Exactly.
It's not a big thing. Sometimes I've listened to the last podcast and I left today and literally did 2 episodes, Virgin, got 10 minutes through, came back 2 hours later. Didn't bother me.
I've been watching Scarface today.
Oh, I
and,
love it, aye.
I had to stop when the Grand Prix was on.
Uh-huh.
So when I went back, I restarted Scarface from where I left off. So
Oh,
deal with it, people. It's 2018.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag me too.
Has there been a podcast where you haven't used that
I know.
hashtag?
It's my hashtag now.
Do you know what?
Making it
The only
mine.
hashtag I use is hashtag are gays. No,
Aye.
hashtags are gay.
Oh, you nearly walked into you in there, didn't you? I know. But for all the ladies that have been missing it, he's off the market now. But we have a
We're still going to tease you.
monologue.
We shouldn't have said it. We've went down like.
I know.
Well,
our
the last
two
gym
viewers.
the last gym went down well though, didn't it? So we'll give it part 2.
Oh, is this a
Matt?
part 2?
Well, no, we did one. This is the second one.
I can't remember what the first one was about. I just remember laughing.
I
Aye.
remember something about your girls be something while you're orgasming.
It's another
or
Joel
something.
Gertner.
Oh, right, okay. Monologue to Matt.
Oh, has it got a title?
No, well, aye.
I just started at the top.
Oh, right.
Well. It is I, Matt, so put your lipstick on my dipstick. We all know I'm bigger than the Titanic because only 400 women went down on the Titanic. The quintessential stud muffin welcomes you, and all I'm saying is whether the ladies are at home concentrating, they're hearing me and masturbating. If you don't want to wake up sore, you don't want to be my whore, because in a pussy-looking demon and vanilla-flavoured semen. Tell you what ladies are missing out on nowadays. But you're one lucky bird, let me tell
Vanilla
you.
flavoured semen. The thriller in vanilla himself.
A pussy-licking demon with vanilla-flavoured semen.
Amazing.
I mean, I tell you what, see when poets were like we're all writing that stuff, I bet that's what they were really writing to their women.
Definitely.
Again,
Absolute
you know.
filth.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lucky lady.
She's a lucky lady. Right, so I'm just gonna, we've got a wee side story. And I gave you the choice of 4, didn't I?
Tales.
From the Mark side.
Aye, so I gave you the choice of 4 wee stories that we could learn something about.
I think you should give us. Are we doing all 4?
No.
I think we should do 2.
I didn't know how long they would take to go
Right.
through them. There's 3 pages here.
I feel like we've got a lot of questions to ask about them.
Well,
With
listen, this is your
headlines.
place.
Right. Well, I think you should give us at least the 4 headlines.
Well, I will
I can't
do.
remember which one we picked.
Well,
I'll remember when you tell.
right, I'll tell you, but just use talk amongst yourselves.
Tell you what, I'll
Aye.
pause it just now
Aye.
until you get ready because I need a pee anyway.
Aye.
Well, we're back. We're apparently at that age where we can't sit through an hour of podcasting without going for a pee.
At that age, when we were podcasting when we were young boys, was it?
I've sat here and peed while we're waiting. I'm at that age.
It's a new seat, not anymore.
You sit down to pee, it keeps the room clean.
warm, cold.
Right, so the 4 lists that I gave you when I
Hit us
pitched
with-
this to you
Hit
were
us with the titles.
number 1, the great MMA heist. Number 2, cruel cunts in caves. 3, bobbing for Boaby. And 4, the micro penis murders. And
Naturally, we
you
went
picked-
for.
bobbing for Boaby. Which is ironic because when we were talking about Day in the podcast, without you even knowing, you picked the one of the things that we thought we might talk about because we found it an interesting story.
Knobs.
Well, it involves knob. What's the worst thing that can happen to your knob?
Getting cut off.
Uh-huh.
John Wayne Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt. Ain't no hobbit. Mhm. So I thought we'd run through a wee story of the amazing life of the dickhead that is John Wayne Bobbitt.
Well, you're saying dickhead.
He's a bit of a dick.
He's a bit of a dick. Do you know my favourite thing? Have you seen his porno? Is this in the story?
Oh, yeah.
Am I treading on your toes here?
No, but there's 2.
I've seen, yeah, there's Frank and Penis, and what's the second one called?
I'd have to go through and see it because I can't
right, Mark,
remember.
I'm on the edge of my seat, mate.
Aye.
Talk us through it, Mark.
Well, June 23rd, 1993, Manassas, never heard it, Virginia, right? After 3 a.m., John Wayne Bobbitt and a friend who had been staying for a few days, because, you know, that's what you do.
What, you stay with your pals for a few days?
Apparently you do in your 30s.
I can't be fucked to use for any more than like 3 hours.
By the way, Scott, I'm staying here. I'm in my work gear already.
They returned home from a local bar John was a part-time bouncer and his wife, Lorena, she'll come into this, is a manicurist.
I'm surprised that he was a bouncer because he's not a particularly big cunt.
He's apparently quite tall.
Is he?
He's 90s tall.
90s tall.
Lorena is a manicurist were separating at John's insistence. After a stormy 4-year marriage, John laid out the sofa bed for his friends in the living room and then went back to his and Lorena's bedroom. What happened in the next 30 minutes depends on who you believe, lads. Right? No, get your thinking caps on. Right?
Oh, is this like a whodunit?
Aye. Who did it? Was it that or was it aliens? Right? Was it
Aliens.
reptilians?
Definitely that guy. What do you call him in the ancient aliens things?
Oh, I can't mind the name of the guy.
You know who I mean, though.
I know
the
who
aliens
you mean.
guy.
Aye. According to Lorena, she was awoken by John slamming the bedroom door and spoke to him for a moment before, quote, he was on top of me. Now,
I must relax on top of you.
she's so soft, I just want to rest my head. He pinned her hands to her waist, forced her legs open, and raped her as she wriggled to get free. Pretty rough stuff, isn't
A
it?
struggle snuggle.
A struggle snuggle, if you will. Lorena then went to the kitchen and getting a drink of water.
Well, after the raping?
Well, apparently so. It's first day work, apparently.
Fuck's sake, John, I'm thirsty.
She was in a daze of emotions, and from this and the past assaults...
What the fuck? Days?
Oh, that's how she worded it.
It must have been good then.
Well...
Oh.
Whoa.
Hashtag
Gone
me
dark.
too.
Ah, the struggle cuddle over there is fine, but I think it was a good rape.
We are in no way condoning rape, but...
Should point that
But-
out.
Aye, but...
But? There's no but.
No. Her story could be,
Spurious.
they went to court for this and didn't quite go in our favour completely.
So we are condoning it.
No. In the kitchen, she saw a knife and picked it up and returned to the bedroom. Just a knife. She wasn't making a sandwich or anything.
This is where the story gets dark.
In her words, I pulled the sheets up and cut him. Lorena then fled the apartment and drove off in her car, making a left turn. She screamed when she realised she still had John's severed penis in her left hand, and she tossed out a window into a field.
I'm not buying that.
Well, have you ever done this?
I've never cut a man's cock off.
If you did, would you forget you had it in your hand?
No.
Well, this is.
I think I would have been in the clear state of mind to think, I'm going to cut that cunt's cock off. And then, while I'm driving, I'm thinking, now I'll throw it out the window.
I was about to say, how did you change the gears, but it'll be on the other side of the road, won't it?
I can drive stick.
I can drive stick.
If I got raped and I cut someone's cock off, there's only one place that cocks go in, like, straight in the guy's mouth. Just, do you like it?
Do you know what? I was sitting there anxiously waiting for, where's it going? Where is this going?
Where did you meet this kinky guy? Jeez, by 7 a.m.
Genuinely didn't know where it was going to go.
I know. This took a turn.
It's the best thing about it.
By 7 a.m, police were searching the roadside field for the missing penis.
This is the bit.
Aye.
This is the bit that blows my mind.
Aye. It was located and rushed to the emergency room where after a 9-hour surgery, the penis was reattached.
Right. They found the penis. Today I was sitting on my chair watching the Formula 1, a reclining chair. I lost my phone. I got up and checked the kitchen. I knew I hadn't moved. There's no way they found it. How did they find it?
They knew what field it was in.
How did she remember? I mean, if she's in that fit of like...
She remembers what field she threw it in, but she didn't remember she had a cock in her hand.
Exactly. That's where...
You chuck a cock in the field. You remember chucking that cock in the field.
That's where, if she's in the dock and I'm Johnny Cochran, I would seriously Johnny Cochran her ass. If the cock doesn't fit, you must have quit. You know what I mean?
Imagine they'd sewed it back on and they went, "Oh, that's not mine."
That's
exactly.
And there was just
imagine
an army of cocks
wait a
in
minute,
the field.
There's a different colour.
Weirdest thing, why did they sew it back on the wrong way around?
Oh.
Like, back to front.
Surely, even a woman doctor would know that.
What if they put it on like a quarter turn?
Exactly.
That'd be weird.
I think this.
How did they line it up?
Well,
imagine if it was upside down.
There must have been like, I mean, you know when you cut it and like a bit of ham or something, there's like always a bit that you can see. They must have that in a knob to line it up. They must.
I don't think it was on perfect.
I'd be raging.
Because they just.
I'd come back.
Imagine. See what I'm imagining here is a guy lying like on a desk and Mark attacking him with a stapler and going, "That'll be $3,000."
Exactly. Like
$3,000, I'll do that every day as long as I can get off it.
You know when the human centipede starts and he's like stapling them.
Yeah.
That's
that
before the professionals come in and do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Even though he seemed an obvious victim, 4 months later, on trial for rape, John told his version of the June 23rd event. So this is John's side of the story.
One of life's victims.
Well, this is it. It depends what side you believe in. Before going drinking, John had a 6 a.m. shift in the warehouse, and he'd been awake for nearly 24 hours when he stripped naked and got into bed beside Lorena. Now, this is weird, because mind, they're divorcing. Messy divorce.
That is
right?
weird.
They're still in each other's bed. But I don't know how it works. Never been divorced. Don't know how it works. Can. He began to caress Lorena in a small attempt at foreplay. Lorena responded to his touch. He then removed her underwear and rolled over on top of her. But according to John, a long day and the alcohol had taken their toll, and he was unable to sustain an erection.
Oh,
Now,
the old droopy cock.
that's called the famous Mark McDonald drip. You know? Yeah.
Do you get brewer's droop?
Eh?
Do you get brewer's droop?
I have in certain situations. In
Never-
certain points in my
I've
life.
always fell asleep during.
You don't drink like me.
You
Ken.
know,
Oh, I used to.
I know, I remember the last time you did it. Carried home in a taxi, but we've all been
In my
there.
pants.
His pants. He claimed he rolled over again and fell asleep on his back. He awoke a short time later. Lorena was sitting up next to him in the bed. In a half sleep, he felt too
Waving
quick.
it in front of him.
No. He
in the
felt,
mouth. See?
In the mouth.
Imagine the surprise though. It must have felt good to begin with, because he felt 2 quick tugs on his penis, and then
Waking up
it's-
thinking,
Aye. Then
Two pump chump.
exactly. Then
well, I got my rocks off, so now it's a race and I win.
All the time.
I've been beating you up, man.
going for Lorena's side now, aren't we? Can. In excruciating pain, he then quote, "I thought she had torn everything off my body,"
Oh,
which I would imagine how sore it would
I'm
be.
not. I mean, imagine how bad that shit would sting.
Aye. Oh, aye.
Imagine.
How bad would the blood flow be?
I mean, I've watched a lot of Game of Thrones, and every time that happens, I'm like, imagine. I mean, I kind of want to see what it would look like. I mean, do you think they just turn into like an action man?
Well, no him, because he got it reattached, but I'm sure there are men that have maybe lost it in
How
accidents.
weird would
and
it be
things.
looking down? It's just bars.
No, I think they uniquely lop everything off, don't they?
Aye.
I would have won it.
I wouldn't
Well-
either.
Leave the bars, mate.
Well, he
Leave them bars.
he had the balls.
At least when he gets into pubs, he can flop his balls out, which is funnier than cock.
Oh, it is.
Isn't it? Bars is funnier.
I've seen a man rest his on a kebab shop, you know, like on the glass, and I was like, my God, I
That was
don't.
Jamie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Just implicate the man, why don't you? Well, if he's listening, he'll be on someday. He can give you his rebuttal.
Jamie's an avid kind of player of bars out. It's a game.
Yes. He
Uh,
once did it in a bar, right? And they chucked him out, and he went, "Imagine us chucking out a place that's got a Scottish name and we're Scottish people." I went, "No, that's not the reason you got chucked out. You got chucked because you whipped your bars out on the counter." And he went, "No." And you can probably put that in the comments about how I'm wrong about that. as well.
Probably. He'll tell us the right story in the comments, so look out for
Well,
it.
he'll know better than me, but that's what I remember seeing. Anyway, he said later in court, "I wanted to scream. I held myself. I didn't know what had happened." So he's probably holding his
Obviously, he's holding his stump.
a stump pie. Haha.
His nub.
Was it at the base? Was it
I
clean?
think.
It was more or less like just
Aye.
above the balls.
I think it was a pretty.
Oh,
clean
we'll
cut.
get to that.
Hey, if you want to find out, just watch Frankenpenis.
Well, there is a reenactment online with somebody that you won't believe. First 2 pages of this are all seriousness. After that, it's some good fun.
right,
As fun as
I
it
kind of
can
want
be.
to know now, but continue.
You
Continue.
don't. You don't. Aye. Bleeding badly, John went to the sofa bed to wake his friend. Imagine the shock he got.
Imagine, Mark, if you woke me up, if this was you and me in this story, and you wake me up, Telf's mauled you one night, I'm not helping, mate.
No,
There's
you just
no,
let
I
me go.
couldn't save you if you had your cock and ball.
I wouldn't
well,
have
balls
blamed
out.
I wouldn't blame you.
Came into my room, my head is like a camera going
Do
off.
you want to know?
Ching.
Do you want to know the thing that would get me right? Oh, I imagine there was this noise, and I imagine it was shooting just straight out.
Oh, aye, blood flow must be unreal.
Unbelievable.
His friend had slept through the entire episode, and John's friend rushed him.
Convenient.
Aye, John's friend rushed him to hospital. Then John, in trial, denied he'd beaten and raped Lorena. He argued she had often battered him.
Oh,
The
domestic
plot
abuse.
thickens.
There's no
You
excuse.
can gamble both ways, but hey, depends who you believe. Lorena testified John had raped and beaten her several times. She also said that he raped her on their 4th wedding anniversary on June 18th, just 5 days before the mutilation. That's pretty heavy stuff. She said she didn't want to have sex, but he forced her. Then raped her on their 4th anniversary, so that's not good. She said she didn't want to have sex, but he forced it upon her, so it's not good at all. Lorena then, though, appeared to have trouble keeping her story straight. She said she went to the doctor the day after April 18th to cope with the trauma in the pre-trial statement, but then when prosecutor Pale Ebert, which is some name.
Good name.
What?
I know, Pale Ebert.
Ebert.
Well, you know, you get Roger and Ebert, who used to do the movie reviews in America. It's the only other time I've heard that name. Pale Pale is a common first name?
That's what gets me. You see, with folk with stupid names, your surname you can't pick nowadays.
Nah.
First names though, Pale.
Aye.
I always
P-A-I-L.
I always assumed that the parents wanted them to get bullied.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Why is it prosecutor now? Yeah.
So he's angry with the world.
But he mentioned in court, Lorena said she went because of a yeast infection. So she's not keeping her story straight. She then threw confusion into the mix as she admitted to having consensual sex with John 2 days earlier. During the final rape, she stated that she was in excruciating pain and felt her vagina was being torn apart. John, sitting 10 feet from the witness box, shook his head, saying no to Lorena's testimony. So, pretty heavy court case. This was big news as well. Forensic evidence in the trial seemed to favour John's recollection of the events. The doctors who did the rape examination on Lorena saw no evidence of physical abuse or of any recent sexual intercourse.
That's a bit of a blow to John, though, isn't it?
Exactly. She's saying it was a. I don't want it to seem like I'm being a cock about it. Yeah.
Oh, pardon the pun.
Past that.
We're all pals here.
It's like she was saying it was really sore in that. And everyone else is saying like, nah, I didn't even touch the sides, mate. So it's like, which one? Is he hung well?
Is he hung like a hamster, or is she like a bucket?
Well, you can go and see John's cock after it's been reattached to many
True.
in a couple of fabulous movies, apparently. Again.
It's pretty special.
Semen found could be traced back to the consensual sex they both agreed to having 3 days before, so they could prove that, but not the others. John's lawyer's final statement said Lorena had cried rape because it was only a conceivable explanation for her crime. The prosecutor's closing statement was that a woman could not be violent without provocation. He argued something drove her over the edge. His argument was you don't go straight to that.
What, to hacking off a call?
Yeah.
Nah.
The 9 women and 3 men in the jury deliberated for just 4 hours, and the verdict on John Wayne Bobbitt was found not guilty of rape. John's lawyers outside the court said he'd hoped that people wouldn't judge all women's claims in the same way as this one, had this case gone on to mirror other claims. But it's a pretty special case. It's not every day you get that.
It's not every day you get a lopping off of a knob.
Aye, lopping being a
Lopping's
fine
a
word.
great word, isn't it?
Aye.
Lopped off.
You can imagine the FUD it would make.
Aye.
Again, there's a great reenactment we'll get to.
I kind of want to watch the reenactment now.
It's all online. I got maced this off YouTube.
Or what, the reenactment?
Well, I typed in John Wayne Bobbitt's first thing. Oh, it's gonna be good. I'll tell you about it, honestly.
Glorious, come
Now,
on.
international news called this the cut heard around the world. Stop the presses.
With not even a hint of irony either.
extra. The cut heard all around the world.
Unreal.
And women and men now more than ever divided about the issues of sex and rape. It was time for Lorena to go on trial for the mutilation. Many believed Lorena was right to defend herself in any way necessary.
That's not even. This is like not even the case finished.
No,
Not even
no.
case closed.
Oh no, they were getting there though. Some believed Lorena was a jealous woman who is dangerous. She rejected a plea deal and could receive 15 years in prison or deportation to her native Ecuador.
Oh.
Fancy.
What's the name of someone from Ecuador? From
Lorena.
No, it's like
Ecuadorian.
Ecuadorian, is that the word?
I'm guessing
An
so.
Equidite.
Equidite.
Oh, I like that. Again, we went to the Equidite's home planet.
It's like folk from Zimbabwe. I know it's Zimbabweans. I call them Zimbabs.
It does, but
Sounds
it's got
better.
a slight. It does, but it's got a slight racist tone, even though it's not.
That's not racist.
It sounds it though.
How?
I don't know why.
So I condone rape now and Scott's racist.
That'll get
This
off.
podcast started off with such good intentions.
This was one of the first things you wanted to discuss.
Aye, but we did a nice top 10. It was relatively entertaining. Now we're condoning rape and being racist, apparently.
There's a good big finish. Trust me.
The mother load.
Right. Oh, this is the mother load, right? I just wanted to get through. You've got to be serious. It's a big trial. You've got to be serious, but oh Jesus, the end's good. people at the trial sold T-shirts and merchandise outside as the world's press ascended on court.
Please tell me there was dildos.
Oh,
Mutilated cock dildos.
I'll give you a documentary you can watch about this. It's mostly Lorena's side, but it's kind of, evened out.
I want John's side. His is the funnier.
No, there's very little on John's story because John did a lot of crazy stuff after this. There's enough about John. January 10th, 1994, her trial began. Her attorney, Lisa Kellner, and two main arguments, self-defence, and she was temporarily insane.
I imagine this to be like turning into a total feminist case.
Well, they panned it. She's still revered by a lot of women for what she done.
For
But
half
you
off
always
a
get.
man's knob.
Well, it depends what side you take. If she was really being raped and that, and she was really being beaten, knob his lob off. His lob off?
No, he's not off.
We'll play that and rewind that bit.
Right.
Try again.
Way
Lob
too
his
lazy to
knob off.
edit this. It's an hour and a half long.
Alan Dershowitz of Harvard School of Law disagreeing with her defence, saying she didn't use easier options like leave, move, or go to the place.
That's a brilliant shout. So
Is he wrong though?
He's been beating you, and rather than leave, you get the cleaver.
He goes, you don't jump straight to picking up a knife and mutilate your husband. That's the last recourse, not the first.
That is a good shout.
Paul Evert, who had prosecuted John on the rape charge, switched sides and prosecuted Lorena for the mutilation.
Clearly, that is a case of you pay me now.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? And that's what's wrong with the world. Lawyers are scumbags, aren't they?
Well, I don't know enough of them.
Can you imagine a world without lawyers?
Lorena took the stand and said rough sex excited John, and two of John's acquaintances sided with her. How they'd know that?
Right.
Unless he was just talking about it.
Unless he's just like an absolute animal and they know that.
Aye.
That's weird, isn't it?
That's
like them coming to you and saying, what's he like in the set?
I don't think he deserved to have his lob knobbed off, but but I wouldn't say John comes across very nice when you go into his past. Several neighbours testified they had seen John pull and push Lorena. John denied any previous assaults, but they've been one reported where John said he had pushed her to stop her pushing him. Lorena having a burst lip after one altercation. Lorena now stated she couldn't remember the mutilation, even though she had described it to the police in John's trial and the Vanity Fair magazine, where she posed in a bathing suit in a pool.
With a
Nice.
knife.
Vanity Fair.
And she looked.
It could have been
she
worse.
looked all right.
Could have been worse. They could have gave her a cooking program or something.
Jesus, we need some seasoning. All right, boom.
Today we're going to be cooking bratwurst.
Reading her police statement in court, there are a few things Lorena said. Quote, "He always have orgasm. He doesn't wait for me to have orgasm."
It's a race and I win.
That's how she. And I read that as she said it. "He's selfish. I don't think it's fair, so I pulled back the sheets and did it."
So he's a guy.
Aye.
He got his cock off being a guy.
She is moaning that she never got an orgasm when the players took her in. And why does he get an orgasm? So that doesn't really stand up well. The jury
So basically, he was a premature ejaculator. She got pissed off with it and hacked his cock off.
That's if you choose to see it that way.
That's the way I'm seeing it.
There's
Potter,
two
don't do
stories.
it, man. Don't do it, Potter.
The jury deliberated for 7 hours over 2 days, not guilty of malicious wounding by reason of insanity.
She was not guilty.
Version of insanity. But John actually took the stand and defended his cell, and that's where, it had been proved that he said he wasn't pushing her, but there was one time where it was proved that he gave her a fat lip. Some 41 basically. I knew exactly where he was going. After 6 weeks of psychiatric evaluation, Lorena was all smiles, and I mean big smiles. Again, she was like a different person. As she was released on February 28th, 1994, after 6 years of marriage. They divorced in 1995. After the trial, Lorena in 1997 made news for punching her mother.
Take that, Mom.
And works in a beauty salon in Washington, D.C. and appeared on Oprah in 2009 with John, where he apologised for how he had treated her, with her saying that if she could take anything back, she wouldn't have married John.
Right. I'd have been apologising for nothing if she couldn't even have took back cutting my cock off.
But that's the only time he still says he loves her.
I'd have been hitting them with McGregor shouts, I apologise to absolutely fucking no one.
I was imagining you
that.
saying, like, when she had an altercation with her mother, who used to be her father.
Oh, Jesus. That plot thickens. Because a knob getting chopped off wasn't enough. It's not Dynasty,
that's
is
what he
it?
done to she's done that to his dad as well.
Amazing.
Now for the fun.
Oh,
If you can get any fun out of this story, even though we've been giggling about it.
I know. That's pretty bad. It's a pretty serious case. Rape, racism. We've been laughing through it. Oh,
You brought the racism into
You
it. though.
brought the racism.
I don't think I was racist.
No, it just
I have
sounds a
absolutely
little
no
racist.
hate towards anyone.
No, you don't.
Stop digging.
This is usually me that does this, isn't it? Anyway,
Aye.
if there's any fun...
I hate everybody equally, man.
Aye. Oh, the Slayer outlook, is it? Some fun in this case. We're all wondering, what happened to John Wayne Bobbitt after the trial? He tried to generate money for his mountain legal and medical fees by doing a few endeavours. Forming the band, the Severed Parts.
Amazing part.
It's great.
The severed part.
I couldn't find any
What
music.
did he play?
I don't know. I've tried to look. I can't find it. But if we YouTube it, I bet we could find it.
Oh man, that's gonna be my goal.
Appearing on Howard, this is gold, and you can watch this. Appearing on Howard Stern's, you know who Howard Stern is, don't you?
I think I've
Shock,
seen
Shock
this.
Jock Radio. Aye. Appearing on his 1993 New Year's Eve special and funding $250,000 for his medical bills, in which one sketch, Lemmy from Motorhead finds his penis after it's tossed out the car and says, "That looks like a dick. Thank Christ it's not mine." And you actually see a woman's hand driving with it, then going, "Oh!" and throwing it out. And then Lemmy's sitting there, dressed as Lemmy, just Lemmy, going, "It's a boring night. Oh, nothing exciting ever happens." Boom, right in front of him, big fake cock. Oh, the dick. Oh, fuck, it's not mine. Goes back in the house. Fucking great.
Thing is, in Lemmy's voice, that's class.
Aye, but I can't do a good Lemmy.
no more.
September 1994, he appeared in the adult movie John Wayne Bobbitt Uncut. No,
Frankenpenis the second one.
and another in 1996, Frankenpenis. And then
The Frankenpenis is horrendous.
Has it got like a bolt through it like Frankenstein's neck?
No, but it's,
you shoulda.
it's basically, you can liken it to thumbing in a semi, and the load he shoots at the end is pathetic. It's a medical marvel. Pathetic.
Nice to see you did your research for this without knowing about it.
I've researched this before, man.
Okay, it's all good.
Research purposes only.
I know, it's came in well. In 1994, he struck a stripper in Vegas and spent 15 days in jail. I didn't know about this. Promoter Art Davey met Bobbitt to discuss fighting in the UFC.
Unbelievable.
The day after UFC 6, July 14th, 1995, where Ken Shamrock beat Dan Severn in the first main event to
Can you
become
imagine
UFC.
Ken Shamrock fighting John Wayne Bobbitt?
Now, ball shots were legal at this point in the UFC.
Exactly.
I don't think
They'd be
Shamrock...
like, come on.
I don't think Shamrock or Severn would have had much bother, taking out John
That's what I
Wayne
mean.
Bobbitt. They
Can
were
you
bad.
Imagine them booting him in the stands and he's like, "You think that hurts? I can't feel nothing."
Shamrock was a bad man back
Oh,
then,
man.
like. So that night he became actually champion. But their conversation never finished after a brawl between Tank Abbott, former one-time star of Friends.
Was he fought Tank?
No, right? They were having a conversation to discuss. Art Davey and John Wayne Bobbitt were at the press conference and they were discussing a future fight in the UFC.
Against Tank Abbott?
No. This is why it never happened, right?
Because Tank Abbott came out and he took one look at him and went, "Nah."
Yeah. So they were sitting discussing it, and they got broken up because Tank Abbott and Patrick Smith started fighting over Patrick Smith coming onto someone's bird, and then John Wayne Bobbitt's just basically walked away and never finished the conversation.
I imagine he took one look at Tank Abbott,
That's
leathered
like-
and somebody and was like,
aye.
"Nah."
You don't want to mess with Tank back
I
then.
mean, Tank back then, obviously, wasn't like a well-rounded fighter. He was just a big street fighting mofo. He's a scary guy.
First guy to wear gloves in MMA.
And take
and
his
UFC.
teeth out.
Aye. Actually, gay Tank Abbott. Did you know
He's
that?
known for... He's what?
He's gay.
Is he?
Apparently so.
Is that true?
He's either bi or gay, but he's definitely been on like a gay cruise and that. Like there's videotape of him
Really?
like on it, just being on it, kissing a guy. Apparently, fair play. Each to
well,
their
well.
own. You wouldn't think it by looking at him though. Back in the day, no, that gay folk can't fight, but he's the man's man.
Stop digging, Mark.
No, I can see
So
what I
we've
want.
got hate crimes, racism, and condoning rape.
Now I don't know if you know this, but I remembered it. So you've had UFC, Howard Stern, right? Porn. On August 10th, 1998, he appeared on WWF Monday Night Raw.
Yes, I do remember this.
To assist Val Venus. And if you know who Val Venus was a wrestler who also was a porn star.
Fantastic.
A week after supposedly he got his penis chopped off by Yamaguchi-san of Kaientai after sleeping with his wife, but due to shrinkage upon the penis being put on a stone tablet, Val's penis was intact and John and Val embraced. That's all he did. He came out once.
Amazing.
Val had poppers on.
Oh, mind poppers.
And he was going to whip them off. And you know how they had the buttons?
Yeah.
He whipped them off and spent 2 minutes trying to get the bottom button off and couldn't do it. And he's flailing about the ring trying to get them
Unbelievable.
off. And I thought it was a wee side thing. Remember Val Venus used to have promos where he would come out and go, "Hello, ladies," and he'd do something about, I took the liberty of doing a few from that. Now, my Microsoft Word I was discussing, it said Venus, not Williams, was the title. And it got changed to Veins, not Williams. Which kind of works in the circumstances. So here's a couple of famous Val Venus promos read by the Matlosaurus.
Matlosaurus.
Fiends.
Veins, not Williams. Right. Hello, ladies. Well, the big Matt Lebowski has arrived in Chicago, and just like Hurricane Irma, Big Matt has been blown from one side of the state all the way to the other. Next one. Well, this is New York, and Matt has arrived in the Big Apple. I've seen the sights, and don't worry, ladies, I've came, I saw, and I came again. And then a winky face emoji.
That was just me to you.
Oh, sorry.
Val didn't go, click.
And there we have it. Veins, not Williams.
Veins not Williams. Right, after this, he was to take part in a charity boxing match, but he pulled out and was replaced by another WWF superstar, China.
There's a running theme going on here.
There
like,
is.
How did... I mean, he got his cock lopped off. He was a porn star. He was in the WWE. He's done a band. What did he not do?
Nearly in the UFC.
Nearly in the UFC. What has he not done?
I don't know. But the incident, I did not know about this.
The incident?
The lopping.
The lopping,
The lopping of the knob was made into a low-budget movie in 1999 called Attack of the 5'2" Woman.
I thought you were going to say teeth or something.
I know.
But,
I was expecting someone mental. Attack of the Cleaver. 5'2" women. Oh, that doesn't sound that scary. What's she going to do? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Also, his incident was referenced in a really good movie, Fight Club, and the Weird Al Yankovic song, Headlines.
What one's that?
I don't know it. But apparently it was referenced.
Just a spurious fact for you there. Enjoy.
And did you watch Blue Planet 2 when it came on?
Yeah.
Do you remember the terrifying bobbit worm? It's named after him.
Yes.
It's a terrifying thing that crawls out and catches the fish, a big long worm.
Aye.
It's called the bobbit worm because of him.
Wow.
So that was a pleasure hearing Attenborough go, the bobbit worm.
So, right, gets his cock chopped off. He's been in a band. He's been in the WWE. He's been almost in the UFC. And he's got a fucking worm named after him.
And pornos.
And porn.
What a life.
Unbelievable.
Up-to-date stuff on him. It's kind of cool doing it. He's been arrested for domestic abuse in 2004.
That's a hell of a thing to go down for, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I don't think John's a great guy.
No.
I don't think he deserved to have his knob lopped off. I think Lorena maybe has a few psychological problems, maybe, but he's a bit of a dick. And he had a neck injury.
He's only got a bit of a dick.
He had a neck injury in a car accident in 2014, but he's okay now. And that's it. The story of John Wayne Bobbitt and Lorena as well.
Bobbing for Boaby.
Bobbing for Boaby.
Bobbing for Boaby. So, all right.
I enjoyed that.
Good. Aye.
I was imagining some sort of game like.
What, Tales from the Mark side?
Aye, that's what I imagined Bobbing for Boaby was.
Well, I could probably incorporate, if it was a different subject, I could maybe incorporate some form of game if you like as well. Maybe
not
like a
being funny.
half-time, Ken.
Aye.
Cock it or lop it is not a game I want to play. Sorry.
Russian roulette. We just lop them out.
Aye,
Right.
exactly.
See who
Spin the
screams.
cleaver, whichever one it's pointing at is getting.
No,
it.
I'd just go boom, and you all laugh at me. Boom. Is that it? So aye. If you want to do something like that again, I've got.
I'm definitely up for doing
Now,
that.
now, how did you like to do it? I can give you 4 each time. Do you want me to just put another one in, like slot another one in this story's
Oh, yeah.
place,
Yeah, I
or
think
do you
I
want
should.
a whole no 4?
No, I think you should keep the ones you've done.
Right.
I think you need to just slot another one in its place. The one I think I would like to go for next, though, will be given one to work on.
Well, I'll tell you what you
From
can.
the 3.
What was
Well,
the
right.
thing?
Okay, so you've had that taken out. So I've got 4 here, but I'll give you probably the best one. So you've got the Great MMA Heist, Crow Cunts and Caves, the Micropenis Murders, and now Bible Bitch Basher.
Oh, that's another Gijan. I mean, I was gonna go with.
Well, deliberate it between the two.
Crow Cunts and Caves at the minute is quite relevant because
they also
Thailand.
also the Micropenis Murders though.
That's actually quite topical because it's new stuff has come to light about that subject. That's why I picked it.
Micropenises.
The Micropenis Murders.
Did you go in for the research or something?
You can tell I've done my research.
True.
So you don't have to pick right now.
What was the new one?
Bible
Bible
Bitch Basher.
See, that's a good one too.
It's good.
Do you want to go for the cave one?
Basham.
I think
Cunts and
I had the kind of shout on Bobbit for Boaby. So
We'll go for the cave
Duan
one.
Caves, aye. It's good, but I'd have to proper look into it because I only just found out about this story and it doesn't sound real. I don't know how much humour we'd get out of this, but
I'm not being funny. Nothing we talk about is ever
No.
really that real. So
no, this happened.
definitely, I think we should go for that.
If you want to do it again,
I
I'm
mean,
happy to
I've-
do it.
I've
As long as you enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed Tales from the Mark side.
We'll see what the 5 fans think. Although we've got 108 folk like us on Twitter.
I think they
108?
must be bots. They've got to be bots. We've not put anything on for ages.
No, because I follow them back and check they are. Maybe a couple of them are. Most of them are. A lot of them are stupid. Although Billy Gunn Fax is still my favourite guy
That's
that follows us.
a quality thing of following us. I was actually I was talking to Bryce today, and he said about doing a wrestling episode.
What would you do? Subject.
Well, I said that to him. I was like, I don't really watch modern wrestling.
Well, you could do.
But if you wanted to have a laugh at the Attitude Era, I'm in.
I've listened to a few podcasts today, that kind of stuff, and it's good. You can get a lot of humour out of
Definitely.
the
I mean,
shows.
we could watch 2001
Watch it.
Royal Rumble
That's a
and
good
laugh
one.
for ages.
That's a good one.
I don't know. We
I'd
could
do that.
I actually thought Kenny's big into his wrestling,
Yes.
Kendo.
and he's quite an angry motherfucker.
You want me in the room as well, just so he can't get
Oh,
on?
God.
Kenny went on a
nothing.
rant the other day at Matt, and it was the funniest thing. I mean, he was spitting blood
Oh.
all over ice cream.
Is that I flung the bait out there, and Kendo bit, and he bit.
It was
Oh,
so
geez,
funny.
oh.
Wow.
The thing, I couldn't stop. It was great.
I love
Then
it.
at the holiday, and he came in, and he was as happy as Larry.
Exactly.
I love it.
Hilarious. So,
Got to put your emotions on your sleeve.
did he brought in a Haagen-Dazs the other day? Salted caramel.
When I wasn't there,
Yeah, when you weren't there.
Prick.
It was pretty good.
hope he choked in it.
No, I'm still here. Still alive.
No, him.
All right, I think he's still alive.
He didn't choke and it inhales it.
True.
just promise me there'll be no more lopping of Boabies, right?
No.
Have you seen Kendo's fit of rage?
Oh man, I still think Kilby's mental.
Kilby's just like discreet though. Kilby's bottled up.
Kilby gets crazy though.
Aye.
Kilby is our hooch. Hooch is
he'd
crazy.
be
Kilby will knob a lop like.
Aye.
He'd be Jack the Ripper. He'd never get caught.
Exactly.
Aye.
He'd be just silent, just done.
Definitely.
But
When Kilby comes out as a serial killer, we won't be surprised.
No.
I'll just be glad it's not me that's flipped over the edge.
I'm only joking, Kilby. You know.
Nah, we love him.
We know
So-
you love you, Kilby.
So, hey, good time. So if you want to do that, I'll write up Cruel Cunts and Caves for you sometimes.
Definitely. That's,
Let's not wait so long next time.
that's
No,
been-
let's
That's
just do
been
it.
the top 10 for episode 10.
Milestone.
Milestone episode. It's been emotional.
With extra Boaby. Well,
I'm,
less Boaby.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying the Tales from the Mark side.
I enjoyed doing it. So if you want to do it again, I'm happy to do it.
I think you could probably do an episode on Tales from the Mark side.
Well, I didn't know how long it would take. So if you want,
It's quite
maybe
nice to
split
mix it up
or
as
that.
well, isn't it? Yeah, I
Aye.
think we could do that.
In the words of Eddie Jones, we had to mix it up.
Exactly.
Nah, that was good. I'll get that written. It'll not take me long. I need to
Definitely.
throw it into my Google machine a bit more.
Even if we recorded them, we could do them so that we're putting one out a bit more regular as well.
Well, you could pause it, maybe do two if you want. Whatever way you want to do it. I'm easy,
Definitely.
Uzi. But happy days. Good to be back, lads.
Yep, it's been
Seeing
emotional.
yous again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long.
Let's do it again.
How long has that been? Has it been a few months?
2 months, probably.
2 months.
A lot on, no.
I asked that before and Mark jumped in my throat. It's been 2 months, 6 hours and 17 minutes.
True, actually, yeah. Mark has been counting. He's been mad. Mark, we were going to do this last week, but Mark had the audacity to work.
I know.
And,
Got paid for a wedding now.
yeah, that's true. But he
You need
makes
to start a
50
Patreon.
quid a night, so
50 quid a
50
night.
quid a night.
Need to buy new trousers all the time.
20 quid for a blowjob. Don't know how he's getting 50 quid a night. Not figured that out yet.
Cradle the balls.
Paid per bollock.
I'm sort of opening
He
my
made
legs.
75 the other night.
I had my legs closed tightly while I was reading all that. Now I feel a bit more free. Again,
free
just
free
in
to let
case.
it hang loose.
But happy days, lads. Can't wait for the next one.
Well, boys, that's been an hour and 50 minutes.
Holy schnitzel, my fritzel. That'll
keep
do.
going.
Let's keep going. 3 hour.
We're gonna do the world's longest
fucking leaving.
podcast.
I ain't leaving.
Joe Rogan's got fuck all in it.
I know. I.
I'm being serious. I'm not leaving. I'm here for 3 days.
It's alright. I'm off, so I don't care.